And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Region 1 Boys Soccer Tournament semifinals here at beautiful Colburn Soccer Complex in Draftonville, Kentucky, alongside Kyle Johnson. I am Aaron Clayton. So glad you're with us in this winner-go-home environment from here on out. Last night, the Lady Marshals took care of business in the girls' Region 1 tournament semis in West Paducah, beating St. Mary 4-0 tonight. Another team from Paducah this time comes to Draftonville to take on Marshall County in the Tilghman Blue Tornado. This is the Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement pregame show. Again, alongside Kyle, I'm Aaron. We're live on 95.7 FM, online at MarshallCountyDaily.com. At the WCCK Listen Live link, you can find that at the bottom of the home page. And just scroll down, see it there, and then click on it, listen live. You can also find it on our Facebook page as a great oldies classic country, and my Facebook at Aaron Clayton, or Twitter at WCBL Sports OP. And listen live, listen on demand as well. Brought to you by Twin Lakes Mooring in Hardin at 15623 Highway 68 East. Specialized in custom dock and repair work, boat lifts, shoreline riprap, dredging, and so much more. Call 354-8653. Coming up on the Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement pregame show, we will break down this matchup on the David Taylor Chrysler Keys to the Game, have our pregame coaches interview with Coach Brian Blevins, brought to you by Marshall County Hospital. We will also have our MediaCom starting lineups, Thompson Plumbing game ball, Shop-A-Rama colors of the game, Crossroads Lawn and Garden pitch report, and kickoff brought to you by Kayla Tech and Brock from Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement. And we're back in 2 minutes, powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK. Alongside Kyle Johnson, Aaron Clayton with you here in the Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement pregame show before Marshall County Soccer. It's the Region 1 Tournament semifinals. Last night in the opening round of the girls' Region 1 Tournament, McCracken County edged Murray High 2-1, while the Lady Marshals beat St. Mary 4-0. So tomorrow night, it's the girls' Region 1 Championship from McCracken County. The hosts, Lady Mustangs, against our Lady Marshals at 6 p.m., 5:30. Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement pregame show. And I'll be filling in for Caleb King tomorrow night alongside most likely Jared Wybark here on 95.7 FM and Marshall County Daily at the WCCK Listen Live link. The winners of the games tonight will meet Thursday night in the championship. Again, our game is Marshall and Tilghman. The nightcap is McCracken and Callaway. And again, the two winners will play Thursday back here in Draftonville at 6 o'clock. Again, 5:30 airtime if Marshall makes it. And also we will find out who Region 1 will play in the opening round of the KHSAA State Soccer Tournament beginning next Monday night. Tomorrow, it's one of the latest draws I've ever seen on pairing off regions. Again, the higher seed is RPI based, so if you have a higher ratings percentage index, which is your winning percentage against your opponent's winning percentage and your opponent's winning percentage, then you will, again, play at your home site. If not, you'll go on the road. And it's broken down into two sections in the state now. It's not sectionals necessarily of 1 through 4, 5 through 8, and so on. It's now 1 through 8 and 9 through 16. So if Marshall was to win, they could draw anywhere from Region 2 through Region 8, which is, of course, our next door neighbors like Madisonville and Henderson, all the way up to Oldham County in Region 8. So it could be a long drive for the Marshalls, but hopefully they get there. And that's the main thing going into this week. We will have our David Taylor Chrysler Keys of the Game alongside Kyle Johnson. I'm Aaron Clayton. This is the Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement pregame show. We're back in 90 seconds. Powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK Sports. Welcome back into the Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement pregame show alongside Kyle Johnson. Again, I'm Aaron Clayton. So glad to be with you here tonight on WCCK Sports Coverage here on 95.7 FM and MarshallCountyDaily.com. And then now time for our David Taylor Chrysler Keys to the Game. David Taylor Chrysler, proud to bring you tonight's Keys to the Game. Remind you for your next vehicle, trust the team at David Taylor, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Fiat. Have a great pre-owned selection as well. Stop by and see them at 101 West 5th in Benton or call 527-8603 or log on to dtcbenton.com. Looking at the history of Paducah Tilghman, had a couple of great runs in the 80s and 90s in the state tournament. 1986, 1993 went all the way to the state Final Four, where they beat Madisonville but lost to Louisville Ballard. Last time they won a region title was 2005 as they beat Christian County in the opening round of the state tournament after defeating Heath in the finals of the region, but lost to Bowling Green in the Elite Eight. Since that time, they've only had one tournament win in the regional tournament, and since 2000, they only have 8 winning seasons, including 03, 05, 06, where they lost in the district and region finals, their last time winning in the region tournament. And since then, 11, 12, 13, 18, and 19. As a matter of fact, from September of 2019 to August of this year, they went 24 straight games without a win in 2020 and 2021. Again, they've won the district in 2013. Before that, though, 98, 03, and 05. And again, has been a little bit of a struggle for Tilghman over the last decade, but they seem to be turning the corner now with Coach Blaine Skeen, the former Marshall and Georgetown Tiger. This year, 6 wins from, again, the 2 winless campaigns the last couple of seasons against Trigg County, Massac County, Illinois, Lyon County, Fort Campbell, Caldwell, and St. Mary. That was the big one because they were swept by St. Mary in the regular season and defeated St. Mary to even get to the region tournament and the district championship, and played McCracken County very tight in the district finals, a 2-0 loss after losing 7-0 and 6-1 in the regular season, 1-10 in the region, as we mentioned, 1-5 in district play, with 34 goals scored, 61 given up, led by Miles Middleton with 11 goals and 3 assists, 7-3 for Dawson Black, 6 goals and 5 assists from Mason Atnip, and 4 goals for Nathaniel Skinner in the goal. Blaine Oliver, 91 saves or 5 a game, 61 goals allowed at 3.5 a game with 3 shutouts on the year. The Marshalls, the 15-time region champions and now 25-time district champions after last week's win over Callaway County. They come in with a record of 14-4, 11-2 in the region, 9-1 in district play, avenging that loss to Murray High, also lost to McCracken, and top 10 Bowling Green and South Warren. Hopkinsville, Mayfield, Graves, Callaway, Madisonville, Collins, Tilghman earlier this year, Murray, St. Mary, Graves, and those are your wins for the Marshals this year. Again, as we said, beat Graves and Callaway 3-0 and 1-0 respectively in the district tournament. Goals this year, Jericho Evans, 12 and 10 assists. Also 10 goals for Xander Maxlow, 9 and 2 for Logan Parker, 5 goals for Logan Davis, and 3 for Landon Kinder, 2 each for McMillan and Reynolds. In the goal, Stephen Claiborne, 76 saves, 4.5 a game, 24 goals allowed, just over 1 a game with 10 shutouts. And the 5-2 win on this field a few weeks ago for Marshall County against Paducah Tilghman. Skinner and Middleton each got the goal for Tilghman. Assist to Truett Henschel, and Oliver had 6 saves for Tilghman. Meanwhile, for the Marshals, 5 goals, 2 of those from Evans, 1 apiece from Parker, Maxlow, and Reynolds. Also Reynolds and Tommy Robertson with an assist, along with Nathan Blakeney. And in the goal, Stephen Claiborne with 6 assists. Marshall, they have dominated this series, to say the least, over the last 15 years. They have not lost a game. They have won a total, if I want to make sure I get my numbers right here, 22 consecutive games against Paducah Tilghman. The last loss was Paducah Tillman's, last win in the region tournament, the semifinals of 06, albeit a very, very good Tilghman team that went and won the region championship the year before that and barely lost in the finals to Heath in 2006. Against Marshall County in the regional tournament, besides that win in 06, Marshall has won every game since 2000, including 2000, 2001, 2007, 9, 14, 18, and 19 being the last meeting, with Marshall winning 4-1 over Paducah Tilghman. So again, Tilghman will be looking to get that win here tonight and end a long losing streak against the Marshals and go back to the region finals for the first time since 2006. Again, the Marshals, they are looking to go back to the finals for another consecutive trip. They have been every year since 2018. Will be 5 consecutive years. Unfortunately, the 4 previous, just 1 region title to show for it. After defeating Callaway 3 times in 2018, a loss by 1 in the finals in the region. 2 years ago against McCracken, tie in the regular season, lose by 1 in the finals. And then last year, beat McCracken 4-0 in the regular season, only to lose in PKs on the football field at McCracken 2-1. Those are our in-depth game notes here tonight, brought to you by David Taylor Chrysler. We will take a quick 60-second break, come back with Kyle Johnson in just a moment. He'll also have the Marshall County Hospital pregame coaches interview. That's in 60 seconds, powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK. Alongside Kyle, I'm Aaron. Here, continuing with the David Taylor Chrysler Keys to the game. All those notes are great, Kyle, but that's nothing more than history. Tilghman, again, I have you plugged in, but let's see if we can get something going. Is that better? All right, super. But again, all we can really look back is about 3 weeks ago, Kyle, a 5-2 victory against Paducah Tilghman. A little bit of a slow start, but got going in the second half. Gave up a couple of goals late, but still, overall, Marshall seemed to control that game.
Yeah, I mean, and that was kind of that game was kind of the story of the season at times where, we come out and we put in a poor quality first 5 or 10 minutes and we concede goals. And but when we look at the games over the past several weeks, we are seeing a team that's a little more organized and they come out a little more energy. And that's what's going to be critical today is that Marshall comes out and they really put the pressure on Paducah Tilghman. Tilghman, I think, as you'll hear in the pregame coaches interview, I think they're going to rely a lot on counterattacks, a little direct ball, to get in behind the defense. And there's nothing wrong with that because I think that's how Marshall should kind of start out as well. I think if I'm Marshall, maybe cause a little chaos, play direct balls, play the balls long, diagonal balls to the flag, so Marshall can run onto him and use that speed to get in behind that defense, really take it at the defense one-on-one to try to get shots off. Because I think if Marshall can get a couple of goals early in the game, I think that'll set the tone and hopefully allow Marshall to cruise to a victory. But as we've seen in the past, especially in the region semifinals last year against St. Mary's, that Marshall wasn't able to get goals early and often. And what it did, it allowed St. Mary's to stay in the game, and it forced a lot of our starters to play the entire game. And that wears on you, especially when you're trying to go to a region final. So for me, get the goals early and often by playing a little more direct. And then after that 10 minutes, kind of settle into that possession style that you want to play where you're building the ball out of the back. You're using the center portion of the field to maybe draw the defense into you to open up space in the wings. And so you can play those through balls, play those balls to feet as players are running past you with those overlapping runs. But I really want to see a high pressure, very physical first 5-10 minutes to hopefully put a couple goals in the back of the net.
And defensively, it's shown much more over the last week with 2 shutouts. Is, as you said, always keeping your shape, being mindful of where Tilghman is, looking at their edge. Again, they got a couple of great guys up front. Truett Henschel is just a guy you need to keep out of the midfield. He always finds a way to find guys up front like Atnip, like Skinner, like Middleton. But the way the Marshall's defense has played here recently, I think, is going to keep them sharp. And I think what will make it even more sharper is playing the first game here tonight, not having to sit, be out here, warm up, but then getting a lull watching the first game.
Well, you're right. I mean, when it comes to the kind of the mindset of a player, when you're having to sit around and wait for this game that you want to be playing in and get over with, it can kind of wear on you and kind of draw you into a little bit of a time to where you might want to take a nap a little bit. But, you brought up a good point. You're going to be looking at a Tilghman team that's really improved over the years and throughout this season to where you have scores like Atnip and Skinner that can really put pressure on the defense. And if you're a defense that might not have the most speed, the most amount of speed and skill, the way to kind of offset that speed coming down from the opposing team's forwards is all about your formation. It's all about your form, your shape. If you communicate and move your body and adjust to the man in space that you're marking, it can change everything to where you can contain those guys and keep those guys in front of you, making it difficult to get quality shots off. So as long as Logan Davis is barking orders to his backs and they're making sure that they're not getting caught flat, that they're staying compact in their defensive shape, yet opening up to provide options on the attack, then the defense should be fine tonight. But, it's all about communication, shape. Those 2 things right there can make a good defense even better.
All right, that's Kyle. I'm Aaron. We're back in 30 seconds with Kyle. Again, he'll be talking to Coach Brian Blevins on the Marshall County Hospital pregame coaches interview. That's in 30 seconds, powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK.
Marshall County Hospital. Visit them on Old Smithsonian Road in Benton or online. Welcome into the pregame coaches interview with head coach Brian Blevins. The pregame coaches interview is brought to you by Marshall County Hospital. Visit them on Old Smithsonian Road in Benton or online at marshallcountyhospital.org. Coach, thanks for coming in for this region semifinal match. To get straight into the game, how's the team doing after that impressive win against Callaway County on Thursday night in the district finals?
Oh, they're good. They're lots of relief. They were happy to get the win. Callaway's good, and I think our district is tougher than obviously theirs, and they would tell you that. They would say the same, but they were relieved because they knew that they needed to get that to host, and here we are.
Well, going into this game against Paducah Tilghman, it's been a long time since we've seen Tilghman this season. Tilghman has gotten exponentially better as the season has gone along. What are you going to expect from this Tilghman team from a tactical standpoint tonight?
Yeah, I think they'll sit in a little bit. They'll set some guys in, and kind of like how they played McCracken. I don't think they have the firepower to play us straight up, but we're going to get the best effort. They got a pretty good amount of seniors over there that, don't want this to be their last game, and I think they'll come out ready to play. So I think they'll set in a little bit. I think we'll be able to control the tempo in the play. It's just, taking advantage, as always, of our chances that we get, whether it's in the box or around the box or from crosses.
Well, what area of the field is most threatening for them? Where are they going to, try to start the attack, and where those goals come from?
They're going to try to find Miles. I mean, they're number 9, their man up front, and he hit the banger on us here at home a couple of weeks ago. Nobody stepped to him. He just ripped us out of net. So, we're going to have to know where he is at all times. He's got good speed and he's got good physicality. And if he's around the ball in the box, he probably makes some things happen. So we're going to be aware of them, that they're probably just going to play direct a little bit, because hopefully we'll put them under so much pressure that, that's probably the only thing they'll be able to do. So if we can apply the pressure, get them to turn the ball over and just keep going at them, we'll be fine.
Well, outside of the normal approach that you've played with these past several games, past several weeks, what's something different tonight that you might have worked on in practice that we might not be expecting?
We're trying to work to get more out of our front too. Whether it's Z and Logan or Gage or Preston, I think those two can be so dangerous. We switched the formation late in the year, and so we're still trying to figure that formation out and how it best works for us right now. And so yesterday we kind of worked on those patterns a little bit, whether it's one checking, one running, just being creative on our runs up top is what I'm trying to preach to them, and I think we're getting there slowly but surely.
Good deal. Thank you, Coach. That's head coach Brian Blevins with the pregame coaches interview brought to you by Marshall County Hospital. Visit them on Old Smithsonian Road in Benton or online at marshallcountyhospital.org.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much, friend. And getting on now here in just a moment, we'll have the MediaCom starting lineups, which are brought to you by MediaCom Channel 8, a channel about you and your community. Every day from 1 to 11 p.m., MediaCom has a community-oriented programming that you can't live without. Festivals, sports, celebrations, interviews with local legends, personalities, and newsmakers. MediaCom Channel 8 dedicated to you and your community. And with the starting lineups, first for Paducah Tilghman, here is Kyle Johnson.
Number 9, Mason Etnip. Number 13, Dawson Black. 6, Max Grumley. 11, Russell Haddencock. Number 5, Tate Kirchhoff. 12, Alex McMillan. 15, Miles Middleton. 33, Blaine Oliver. 16, Nathaniel Skinner. 10, Nolan Waller. And number 20, Jacob West.
And for the Marshals.
For the Marshals, starting goal, 29, Stephen Claiborne. Left back, Ethan Tabor. Center back, number 4, Logan Davis. Right back, number 23, Tommy Robertson. And in the center, mid positions, 17, Isaac Reynolds. On the left side, Jeremy Jaco, number 21. Also number 6, Jericho Evans. Number 15, Landon Kinder. And right mid, number 8, Hayden McMillan. And then your forwards, number 5 is Xander Maxlow. And number 19, Logan Parker.
All right, Kyle, thank you a bunch. And again, that's brought to you by MediaCom Channel 8. Now for the Crossroads Lawn and Garden Soccer pitch report, Kyle.
Well, the field's absolutely perfect out there. It's been watered pretty substantially since we've had all this dry weather, but the field out there's balls playing true, and the grass is looking perfect.
Again, the interlocking MC just painted here recently. Still got the senior numbers and stars across the way. Crossroads Lawn and Garden, a family-owned business that believes in treating our customers the way we would like to be treated, with respect, courtesy, and quality service. Crossroads Lawn and Garden carries the top brands, including the hardest working Branson Outdoor Power Equipment. See the complete lineup at crossroadslawnandgarden.com or at 6883 Highway 68 East of Benton. Crossroads Lawn and Garden, proud to bring you tonight's pitch report. And good luck from Rich, Ian, and everyone at Crossroads Lawn and Garden. And for the Shop-A-Rama colors of the game, Kyle.
Paducah Tilghman has white jerseys with blue numbers and writing across the chest, blue shorts and white socks for Marshall, orange tops with orange shorts and orange socks.
All right. That is brought to you by Shop-A-Rama in Draffenville and Calvert City, your locally authorized Valspar retailer. Shop-A-Rama can give you the perfect color match for you and your home. So go by and see them. For paint, hardware, supplies, and more at Shop-A-Rama, Draffenville and Calvert City, providing quality hometown service since 1965. The game ball will be delivered by Thompson Plumbing, voted as Marshall County and Western Kentucky's favorite plumbing service. Thompson Plumbing offers a licensed plumber on every job. Call 527-3299 for Thompson Plumbing here in Benton. Also, we are live in the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center from Colburn Soccer Complex here in Draffenville. They're your trusted, well-known financial representative advisor with over 30 years of service to our clients. Call CFSB Investments at 527-4650. Set up a free no-obligation appointment at any of our locations to review and set your financial goals today. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment firm and advisor broker-dealer member FINRA and the SIPC. We will step aside now and have our Twin Lakes Worship Center pregame prayer. Alongside Kyle Johnson, Aaron Clayton with you here in the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. And it is just about time for kickoff as we're live on 95.7 FM, online at MarshallCountyDaily.com, at the WCCK Listen Live link, brought to you by Twin Lakes Mooring in Hardin at 15623 Highway 68 East. Specialize in custom dock, repair work, boat lift, shoreline riprap, dredging, and a whole lot more. Call them at 354-8653. Kickoff brought to you by Kayla Tech and Brock. Inflation and other economic factors can often keep you from getting the best results from your investments. That's why you should call Raymond James Financial Advisor Kayla Tech and Brock, and she can help you find ways to stay ahead of inflation, save money on your taxes, prepare for retirement. Call Kayla, 906-2130. Visit 105 West 5th in Benton. Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA and the SIPC. Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement, not a broker-dealer, independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Kyle, any final thoughts here before we get this one kicked off? Hold on one second. Here we go.
It's always a nervous time and when you get into the region tournament because all it takes is one mistake and your season could be over. But for Marshall, if they just come out with the intensity that they have over the past several weeks, again, communication, keeping your shape, and just playing that style and dictating the pace of the game, hopefully it'll be a good result for the Marshalls tonight.
Marshalls in their new orange Capelli jerseys that they got a few weeks ago, kind of more of a UT orange, all orange, as Kyle mentioned. Tilghman in the white with the blue shorts and the blue letters and numerals. As Marshall will go left to right on your radio dial. Tilghman right to left to start here in this first half of action. The first game of two tonight. Good to see my good friend Eric Chumbler from McCracken County Radio. You can, if you want to hear that broadcast, you're a good one at that. Listen to that one later tonight, McCracken and Callaway, after our broadcast is finished here. So should be a lot of fun. Both teams going to their respective benches to get one final word from Coach Skeen and Coach Blevins. 40 minutes is on the board. Again, this is the first of two games tonight, both girls' games last night. Very good contest as they had the 2-1 win from McCracken, scored late to break that 1-1 tie with Murray. And then in the girls' game, Marshall got a lot of shots off, nearly 50, but scored just the 4 goals and beat St. Mary last night 4-0. And that ought to be a great game tomorrow night in Paducah between Marshall and McCracken. Marshall looking for another region championship, number 23, whereas McCracken will look for number 1. In their program history since consolidating just over a decade ago. And we'll have it for you right here on CCK. And then hopefully back Thursday night here. But to take care of that, we have to win tonight. And that's right now against Paducah Tilghman. So a little more of a delay than usual after the lineups were announced. As normally the teams don't even go back to their respective benches, but they did this time. And
usually a little more pop and circumstance when you get to this point in the season. And sometimes as a player, you're just sitting there like, let's just get this thing going.
Say, we got to go.
Let's just get going so that those nerves can calm down and you can kind of find yourself within the game.
And Oliver in the goal to our right, Claiborne in the goal to our left. Oliver in the neon, more yellow and green, and the blue and black for Claiborne to our left. 4-man officiating crew here tonight as well, as it has been for the district and regional tournaments, with the one carrying the clipboard and making sure everything is dictated correctly.
Yeah, a lot of times you got the 4th official just to kind of manage the benches, but also the clock just in case if there's any issues that unfold.
Gentlemen, we'll kick off. Kirchhoff has it far touch line to the right. Brings it up to the center circle. And like an MC, it's intercepted there by McMillan. Good boot ahead to Parker. Ricochets off his foot and carries all the way back to the keeper, Oliver. Boots it away at the 18. In the backfield for the Marshalls, Davis puts a foot on it there. Taps it near touchline right side, and it's cleared away at the middle by Jacob West. The largest man on the field, about 6'6", is West for the Tilghman Blue Tornadoes. West uses that left foot instep, but again, his pass towards Mason Atnip, one of their best scorers, was cut off by McMillan initially. Then McMillan does get it back as Atnip hits the deck, kicks it off West's chest, and it comes down to Kinder in the backfield for the Marshalls. Floating pass up ahead, but now 5 guys back defensively for Tilghman, knocking that one away. Nolan Waller trying to get it ahead to either Atnip or Middleton. Along with Skinner, those 3 are the guys if somebody's going to get a goal tonight for Paducah Tilghman. Booted out of the box for Marshall County a minute in. That's Claiborne. Kind of shanks it to the left, almost a handball there, and it is on Nathaniel Skinner, popped up on him. Be a free kick in the backfield here for the Marshalls.
Yeah, as you expect, the game kind of starts out a little scrappy, a little chaotic at times, but something we expect to fully kind of settle down. But, again, I like it. I kind of want to see this continue for a few minutes to see if we can get a goal.
Good left-footed boot downfield. Reynolds lofts it in towards the net, but easily picked up by Oliver on a bounce.
Unlucky for Reynolds there. He did a great job getting him behind the defense and winning the ball. Just didn't get enough on the cross to get over to Xander Maxlow.
Coach Jimmy Lee Holder of the Lady Marshals basketball team listening in tonight. Wanted to wish good luck from the Lady Marshals basketball team to the Marshals here tonight. Good crowd on hand here tonight from both sides. Tilghman and Marshall again. The early game, it's hard to get here right after work. 5:30 kickoff as Marshall will get a throw in here right at the half line, touchline axis. Robertson throws it down the line on the half line, that is, to Kinder down the left side of the field and backs it up to Tabor. Tabor, a little short kick on the ground towards Evans, one of his first touches tonight, but West knocks it away. Kinder gets it back for the Marshals, so down near side to Robertson. Across the half line it comes to McMillan. It's around a triangle zone of defenders for Tilghman, but then they push it away. Last touch there by Grumley.
Yeah, I just need to see a little more movement from the midfield and add to that the front two for Marshall, just to give options for the defense when they're trying to play that ball out of the back.
Jaco got by one defender, could not get by the second, knocked away from him by Dawson Black. Ball gets back near the half line, trying to run off the right edge. It's Nathaniel Skinner. Skinner, though, has it knocked away, and Marshall will regroup in the backfield and reshape things up here with Kinder. He'll tap it all the way to Claiborne. Claiborne will just put a foot on it. With Middleton bringing pressure, has to quickly go to his left. Short kick to Davis. Davis gets it through the legs of the defender. Up ahead it comes out of Tabor on the left edge. Good feed downfield. Parker trying to stay on sides, but it led him a little too far. Short kick to get the ball out of the box there by the keeper, Oliver. And then it's fed ahead now to McMillan from Evans at the half line. Marshall with possession. Near side it comes to Robertson. Using the left instep, backs it up to Davis. Between the circles deep in that defensive backfield. Now crosses it far side to Tabor to kind of reshape things and send the ball downfield. Up to Kinder at the half line. Beats near side now to Robertson. Pressure coming there from Mason Atnip. Ball caroms off the defender's knee in Black. Taken away by Middleton. Middleton with a chance here going against Davis. Fakes left, goes right. Davis does cut him off. Ball still free inside the 18 and picked up by the keeper, Claiborne.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of movement now off the ball, especially in that midfield. McMillan's doing a great job getting wide, but needs to be more forceful, calling for that ball when it gets to the wing because he's wide open several times.
No score, 4 minutes in. 36 minutes to play first half. No shots on goal yet for either side, Marshall or Paducah Tilghman. Tommy Robertson will get a throw in here down the near touch line. It'll be headed high in the air and cleared out by Tilghman. Last touch there by Kolb.
Yeah, it was the second time we've seen the Tilghman defense, especially the left side of the box here, just kick the ball over the sideline for a throw-in. So it's something to take note of.
Another one coming here for the Marshals. Now this one near the 18, extended right side for the Marshals offense.
And for our listeners at home, what that means is that if you're in dangerous position, just kick the ball long sometimes and see what Tilghman will do with it.
Here's a shot at least towards the goal, but had a lot of English on it and carried him wide left from Kinder about 30 yards out.
Because if you're in a dangerous position, you just kick the ball long to get it out of pressure. If Tilghman's going to resort to just kicking it over the sideline for a deep Marshall throw-in, that's one tactic that you could use to your advantage to try to get the ball deeper in your attacking third.
Goal kick here for Blaine Oliver, a sophomore keeper for Tilghman. And a very young squad for the most part. Starting to build up numbers again. And again, after a couple of years of no wins in 2020 and 2021, 6 wins this year, and believe they're only on the upswing here as Tilghman and Blaine Skeen. Ball drops here near the half line for the Marshals. Tabor trying to swing it around the left side of Skinner. Skinner, one of just a couple of seniors on this squad. Him and Middleton, the main two. Everybody else, and along with West, that is, everybody else underclassmen out here, including the keeper, including Atnip, who's just a freshman. Ball goes out off the head of McMillan of Marshall County here near the half line. It'll be thrown in by Kolb. Booted ahead now on the back line for the Marshals defense. They control it. Kinder has it near side to McMillan, now all the way back to the goal where Claiborne will put a foot on it and clear it out.
Yeah, smart by McMillan. He didn't have any really where to go forward, so he just dropped it back to Stephen Claiborne to kind of reset the attack.
Good spacing by Tilghman here as they really just have seemingly covered the field for the Marshals, nowhere to go front or back.
Yeah, Tilghman's doing a great job in the center of the field. They're really stepping to and breaking up a lot of passes by Marshall County, not allowing Marshall to work through the center to advance the ball forward.
At Nip, lofts one up near the half line, chested down by Kinder of Marshall County. Getting some pressure there, and a takeaway by Middleton. Taken right back by Robertson here on the near edge. Up ahead to Parker near the half line, trying to turn and go back down the middle of the field. Instead, kicks it with the right foot backwards, using that instep to Tabor, then he boots it deep downfield. It'll be kneed down there by Grumley. Lofted high in the air, headed by Robertson. Ball drops in the offensive half of the Marshals as Kinder tries to battle alongside Dawson Black for it. Comes near side to McMillan. Racing down the near touch line, cleared away by Grumley. A throw in again for the Marshals near the 18 offensively right side.
Yeah, McMillan just taking the defense one-on-one and getting a throw out of it.
Robertson cross comes to the top of the circle. Toe tapped out between the circles to Jaco. Jaco has it knocked away by Skinner. And here comes Paducah Tilghman. Middleton, good feed downfield at Nip. And Davis 1v1, but Davis cuts him off and will keep possession. Davis could easily just cleared it out, but he is so well-versed in keeping possession, able just to move it back downfield without giving up a possession.
Yeah, keeping possession under pressure, too, which is can be very difficult for a center back. And if you're not good at it, I mean, it's an easy way to turn the ball over and get scored on.
Robertson lost one downfield. West knocks it out with his head. It'll be a throw in here for the Marshals. Just beyond the half line here, McMillan, that is, loses possession, but Robertson backs him up with a good foot on a boot downfield that Grumley heads down for Tilghman on their back line defensively with 4 guys back right now. Still no score, 32 minutes left here in the first half. Robertson lofts one towards the 18, will bounce slowly and be rolled up and picked up by Blaine Oliver, the keeper.
Yeah, Isaac Reynolds was over on the far side, near the sideline, kind of marking a Tilghman defender. But nobody really there on that left side for Marshall to be on the end of that ball.
Oliver with a good boot. Headed down there by Jaco. Lofted up by West. Knocked down by Parker. And now Evans again, very few touches. They've had him covered up pretty well tonight in the midfield. Gets it from Jaco over to Reynolds on the left side. Feeds it between the defender's legs up to Parker. Parker down near the goal line. Down to the corner. Trying to keep it in now as he turns back towards the net. Now covered up there by Nolan Waller. Ball still free. And who touched it last? Going to be off Tilghman. Waller did touch it, so a corner kick, the first of the night for the Marshals. They've had 6 assists off corner kicks this year. So this is a very dangerous part for the Tilghman defense, knowing that if Marshall can just strike first, the way they have played defensively over the last week, it's going to be tough to score when they get in that defensive mindset.
Yeah, Logan Parker did a good job there to take the defense one-on-one, get the ball deep in the box. So we'll see what Marshall does on this set piece.
Be far corner to our right, coming downhill left to right will be the angle off the right foot for Evans. Near post, knee down, and just to the right. Davis never got a clean look at it, got a part of the body on it, but kicks it just wide of the net. But that was a very nice placed ball by Jericho Evans.
Yeah, it's a great set piece. All the players were lined up in the 18. You had one player running short to receive the ball if it was played short, but I'd also sucked some of the defense for Tilghman out towards that ball, opening up space. Then players crashing the ball were able to break free, and Logan did a great job to head that one back down towards the ground. It just kind of took a funny bounce and went over the crossbar, but it was a great opportunity for Marshall and a well-executed set piece at that.
Goal kick drops near the half line. Booted down by the left foot of Kinder. Landon Kinder trying to keep it going forward for the Marshals, but it's headed away by Dawson Black. But taken back by Tabor in the backfield with Middleton on him. Held on to at the half line now by Jeremy Jaco. Uses the right instep up ahead to Evans. Evans, 4 defenders around him, immediately cuts between 2 of their legs. Ball comes back to him at the 18, trying to turn on it. Fakes right, goes left. Still pressure coming from Jacob West, all 6 of him. Has to go all the way back to Kinder into the half line. Feeds it to the right corner to McMillan, who led Evans a little too far. The ball is cleared back to the half line for Tilghman. Middleton trying to track. Now he slips and balls. Kinder takes it back and lost it towards the net, but nobody there. And an easy pickup. Well, it was for the keeper, but then cleared out by Nolan Waller. Probably could have just let that one go to Oliver instead. Now a throw in for the Marshals.
Yeah, Jericho pulled back for making that run because he was in offsides position. But Marshall's doing a good job around the 18. But sometimes instead of playing the ball forward into space, they're killing the momentum of the ball and going backwards or taking too many touches, allowing Tilghman to come in and make it an easier defensive stance for themselves.
And the throw in for the Marshals here, 29 minutes left in the half. Still no score. Marshals had one shot, but not on goal so far for either side. We'll see if that trend breaks here pretty soon. In the later game tonight is McCracken and Callaway. Should be a very good contest.
Yeah, some of these passes by Marshall and in tight spaces, so it is more difficult, but not making it to the intended target, and usually just missing altogether with poor pace or not enough focus.
Preston Lamb will check in at the next dead ball for the Marshals. Throwing for Tilghman in their own backfield now. Comes near the half line, but kneed down by Tabor. Up ahead to Maxlow, trying to turn on it. Crosses it near side to McMillan from the left side of the field. McMillan gets all tangled up with Crumley, and now taken back by Evans, but he never got his footing, and the ball slips to West to Paducah Tilghman. West's pass, though, is cut off by Reynolds. Feeds it back to Tabor. Up ahead now on that left side to Maxlow. Maxlow backs it up to Tabor. Tabor with a double team drawn on him, trying to keep the ball in play away from that touch line. Middleton with a takeaway here for Tilghman near the half line. Trying to feed it up to Crumley. Could not get a good boot on it. And again, Marshall takes possession back for only a moment. Jaco, his pass downfield, knocked away by Kolb. Also, looks like Dalton Wormuth and Gage Lynch will come in with the next dead ball for the Marshals. Still no score, 27.5 minutes to play first half. Again, it was a fairly low-scoring first half against Tilghman the first time. Goals kind of came hot and heavy near the end. It was a 5-2 final. Again, last week for the Marshals, not a ton of goals in the district tournament. 3-0 against Graves and 1-0, and that was late against Callaway. Whereas Tilghman played a very close game against McCracken in their district finals and a 2-0 loss. Another good boot downfield by Robertson, but leads Maxlow too far there, and again picked up by Oliver. And now the one thing Marshall does have is the depth factor. Tilghman, they pretty much stick to the 11 they have out there. They'll bring one or two off the bench at times, but what you see is pretty much what you get. So the wear and tear and the pace of this game may favor the Marshals as time goes along. Marshall will tap it back to Claiborne as pressure was coming from Middleton. Taken away here just beyond the half line for a moment by West, and now held on to by Kolb. Marshall knocks it away. Robertson kicks it downfield. Headed down by Grumling. And now drops the half line to Jacob. Off near the top of the circle. Parker has it on the offensive half. Good feed downfield towards McMillan. He's onside. Down on the goal line now. Crossing it back in towards the face of the net, but he kicks it wide right of the net out of bounds.
Yeah, just kind of a poorly timed cross there by McMillan, but did a great job to make that run to split the defense and get in behind him for the cross. Really, I mean, the challenge for Marshall right now, and we're seeing a lot of subs for Marshall come on. I think it's so that Coach Blevins can maybe wake up some of his starting 11. But really, it's just simple things. We're not challenging the 50-50 balls as well. And, we're holding onto the ball way too long. We have wide open passes a lot of times, but we're taking that extra touch. That's just killing us by giving Tilghman more time to pressure us and not allow us to make the passes that we need to. So once we get that first touch, maybe a second touch, but that third one, the head should be up looking to distribute the ball instead of cutting back towards congestion a lot of times.
Here in the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center, Marshall County High's Colburn Soccer Stadium, Region 1 tournament semifinals in boys action between Marshall and Tilghman. 25-25 left in the first half, no score. So we're live on 95.7 Marshall County Daily at the WCCK Listen Live link, brought to you by Twin Lakes Mooring. Marshall with possession in their defensive backfield. Pushed up by Robertson. Cut off, though, was Lamb as the pass was intended for him, but then Robertson gets it right back. And Lamb again steps over it just a bit, but his speed gets right back to it, takes it away from Call, but then Black takes it away. Kinder and Lamb trying to keep it away from Black. Ball comes free at the half line and crossed off the right foot of Lamb. Goes laterally to his left and controlled there by Tabor. Tabor boots it downfield towards Jericho Evans off the left wing, working against Tate Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff with a nice steal there. Floats it downfield, keeps it in play. Davis has to backtrack and get it. Tap it all the way to the keepers. Middleton's in tow. And back to Davis it comes. And he'll work out of the backfield. Near side, he crosses it to his right. Taken there by Robertson. Then intercepted by Jacob West. Trying to get it ahead to Middleton. But Davis, again, able just to work out of the backfield, get by two defenders, moves it downfield, trying to set Lamb up with using his speed. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by the Tilghman defender for Marshall throwing. And here comes their first sub of the night. Blaine Kolb. Lamb will take the throw in. Again, still no score. Comes in top of the box. Shot taken by Jaco, but wide right. That'll go into the woods.
Yeah, not a bad take by Jaco. I mean, he was able to knock that ball down, had plenty of time to release it with enough space to as well. And just unfortunate, he couldn't kind of get his hips turned a little more to put that ball unframed, but also get over the top of the ball to get it under the crossbar.
And West comes out, so that big 6'6" frame in the midfield out for the Tilghman defense, and that's going to be big for the Marshals. Maybe work around that now where they don't have to deal with his size for the moment. Oliver with a good boot near the half line. It drops, and then a whistle and a foul called on Marshall County. Hip check there on Reynolds, first of the night call. Quick kick by Tilghman. They're already halfway between the circles now. Down to the 18, extended left side to Mason Atnip. Atnip trying to put it inside the 18. May have let his man too far, and he did. Good idea on the cross to Skinner, but Skinner couldn't turn on it in time.
Yeah, it was a good idea by Tilghman there to send that one to the far post, see if somebody could sneak in on that weak side there for Tilghman. But again, Marshall just cleaning it up a little bit, moving a little too slow at times.
Cade Carr comes in for Isaac Reynolds for the Marshals. The Marshals got to host this tournament and play Tilghman tonight due to that district win last week. Again, McCracken beating Tilghman in their district finals. There's a foul on Tilghman, pushing the back there from Skinner. But Marshall deep in their backfield here, having to kick that one away. Truett Henschel will check in at the next dead ball for Tilghman. I'm interested to see that McCracken-Callaway game, Kyle. I mean, with the injuries that McCracken's had, they're still been the best all year. Callaway, though, has only improved. Got, again, the transfer that came in middle of the season. It's only helped them, and that should be, in my opinion, a very close game. I know McCracken's the favorite, as they should be, but it ought to be a fun contest. Tilghman thought that they had the throw in here, but Mr. Johnny Miller said, if you're looking for me, I'm pulling the flag towards the Marshals offensive end.
I think Johnny knew it was pretty obvious, but the center official, his view is cut off, so he really didn't have much of a.
And that's why you got four guys now. So, I mean, you work with each other. It's an experienced crew out there, so that's good to see. Ball bouncing around here between the circles. There's a push in the back. And falling down, though, was Lynch. He was already going down. No foul call that time on the nice tackle by Waller. Up ahead to Evans. Good cross here to Gage Lynch. Lynch and Lamb, two of the guys that have come so close this year to a goal or two, but just come up short. You'll have to see them get on the action here. Evans fakes right, goes left. That was a clear push in the chest there from Lane Kolb, and that will be a free kick for the Marshals. Probably one of their best looks of the night here. About dead center of the field, halfway between the circles, about 35 yards out. We'll see what Evans does here on this direct kick halfway through the first half. About 20 minutes gone by. 20 minutes remains, and there is no score. Keeper sets up middle of the box. Here's a short kick, goes left of the wall, and a shot on frame is in. What a move to Ethan Tabor. They lulled in the defense, did not catch Tabor on the left side, and an easy assist on a direct kick from Jericho Evans to Ethan Tabor.
A beautifully drawn out play by Jericho there, seeing that there were so many bodies inside the 18 that it was going to be kind of just a roll of the dice to see if Marshall would get on the end of it. So just played the simple pass to the left side. Ethan Tabor coming up from that left back position to be able to run onto it. Perfectly placed ball by Jericho into the path of Tabor to where he could take one touch to settle it and then use that left foot to an absolute rocket to the far post, bangs on the bottom side of that crossbar and goes into the back of the net. Great opportunity for Marshall, and they took full advantage of it.
Tabor's third goal of the year, 11th assist to 12 goals now for Jericho Evans. That's a $5 CFSB goal. Into the scholarship scoreboard end of the year, 4 students, 2 athletic, 2 academic. Both male and female receive scholarships from CFSB member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. And Kyle, maybe didn't go as early as you wanted it, but it's good to see that goal. The Marshals needed to strike first, and they have. Foul here on Lamb with a push-off.
Well, some of these subs from Tilghman, it's kind of opened up the center portion of the field where Jericho's getting a lot more time to be able to get his head up and distribute the ball.
It was a good free kick here taken on the near touchline. Shot going to be just wide left on the rebound by Blaine Cole, but a really nice look there by Talbert on his free kick here right at the half-line touchline axis. Put that one nicely inside the 18.
Yeah, I think he was trying to really cross that one to the far post to see if anybody would run into it, but nobody was there and sent the ball a little too far.
1-0 Marshall. 19.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Tabor with the goal off the assist on the direct kick from Jericho Evans. See if the Marshals can double that lead now, but a misstep there. Kinder didn't get under the ball in time. Truett Henschel takes it away, but then Jaco takes it right back for the Marshals. He's racing down the left side of the field, cut off near the half line by Kirchhoff. Will be a throw in as that ball goes off Kirchhoff, and Marshall will take that one.
I want to give a shout out, I believe, former Marshall and assistant head coach for McCracken County, Donnie Heath, over in the corner. So if he's listening, send a wave his way.
There he is. He looks in deep thought right now, and a lot of credit to Coach Heath. And again, we're still great friends with Donnie, and miss seeing him more than we used to when he was still here. But and that's a man. You talk about the Marshals, being in possibly 5 region championships in a row if they can get by tonight. Well, Donnie Heath's been right there in all of those wins over the last few years, again, for the Marshals in 2019 and as the top assistant for McCracken the last 2 years. So that's a man that knows his stuff. There's a good boot by Robertson, high in the air and having to be careful, much like a punt return there, all the way out to the 18 was Oliver, and had he bobbled it, Gage Lynch was there to put it back in and give the Marshals a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that ball kind of floated in the air and just kind of stayed there. So a lot of times those are pretty difficult to judge.
Stays 1-0. Marshall with it. Lamb getting around the right side, just using that speed, knocked away by Tilghman. Throw in coming. And, of course, you got 2 former Marshals as well to our right, and Riley Solomon and Blaine Skeen, the head coach and assistant for Paducah Tilghman, and Blaine and Riley. So a lot of orange and blue on the sidelines tonight. And for that matter, Callaway County, Lauren Rosa Basil, former Lady Marshal, the associate head coach for Callaway Boys Soccer alongside Evan Pierce, who spent a lot of time here in Marshall County. So.
And Jeremy Stamm.
Jeremy Stamm, yes.
Brother as well. Jamie Stamm played for Marshall.
It all comes back to the old family tree here, and roots planted deep in Draftonville, Kentucky. Chance here for Middleton now as he works around the right side of Tabor, gets all the way down in the corner, and a throw in for Marshall, but they'll be deep in their defensive third. Still 17:25 left here in the first half of action. 1-0 Marshall with the lead, but possession deep in their own box now. Kinder will move it out with his right foot near side to Lamb. Lamb double team, gets away from Henschel, gets it back to Kinder, and that draws Middleton and Henschel towards him. And again, have to go all the way back now to the keeper Claiborne, who has thankfully not had a shot on goal pointed towards him yet tonight. Would like to keep it that way. Pass downfield. Lynch keeps it in play. Gets cut off, though, at the half line. Then a push off on Lynch. But it will be over the line to begin with for a throw in here. Is the nearest one to it was Waller for Tilghman. He'll get a throw in. West back in. He goes to the big 6'6" midfielder. Cut off there by Kinder. But the ball comes free right side to Blaine Kolb. Ball knocked away by Robertson's head as they were trying to feed Henschel. Henschel's their assist leader this year with 5. So you want to watch out for him in the midfield. Warmouth kicks it off Henschel's hip out of bounds, and here comes 3 starters back in. Logan Parker, Isaac Reynolds, and Xander Maxlow. Maxlow second in goals this year, and Parker third in goals. So a lot of your offense coming back on. Good run there by Warmouth and Lynch and Carr. They come off. 16 minutes to play in the first half. 1-0 Marshall County. Parker with it with the left foot. Almost tripped up himself by his teammate Reynolds. Now good feed downfield as Maxlow comes off of the ball. He may have been offside, so he lets Parker get to it down in the corner. Now it's a battle for it right by the flag. They work it back to the 18. Tap it there to Reynolds. Cross back, top of the 18. Here's a shot that's on the ground by Evans. It's cleared out of the box by Tillman's Nolan Waller. Now taken back by Tabor and Reynolds. Up ahead to Parker on the edge of the 18 left side. Around at Nip. Now double team, still working the ball. And that was just pretty much a clean tackle there by Middleton. Not going to get a call there as Marshall's Isaac Reynolds hit the deck. Ball does come back to the half line, though. Robertson takes it there. Feeds it ahead to Jericho Evans. Evans with his right foot now guides the ball to the left side of the field up ahead to Parker. Good feed to Maxlow. He can get to it. Nice slide tackle there at the 18. Ball comes free. Keeper got to come out. And Maxlow slow to get up. You hope he's all right as he, again, great defensive play by Kirchhoff who helps him up, but they kind of got tangled up. And, again, Maxlow finally gets up as the ball still being battled for near the goal line. Finally out of bounds, I believe, off Marshall.
Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick. And it's a pretty good series of plays for Marshall there, just taking quick 1-2 touches. They've sped up they've sped up the play a little bit to where they're able to play into that space, and guys from Marshall are able to break free and try to slice that ball through the defense there. But game's looking a little better for Marshall County within the past 10 minutes.
Hayden McMillan will come in for Preston Lamb. Nathaniel Skinner also back in for Mason Atnip, getting his first rest for the Tilghman Blue Tornadoes. Their go-to guy to score, just a freshman, is Atnip, and again, their stellar keeper, Oliver, just a sophomore. Kinder hits the deck, collides with Middleton near the half line. Henschel trying to come over to help. Gets it ahead to Middleton, but he's got 3 defenders in front of him. But Henschel's got a lot of speed. He works around Davis. Davis hits the deck. They kind of shoved off each other, but that allowed the ball to be pushed out of bounds, and a good run defensively by Davis to cut off Middleton.
Well, Logan Davis may have made a goal-saving slide there. It was perfectly timed to get that ball away from the center forward for Tilghman and get it out of pressure.
Middleton just sneaky speed. And so long, too. He's also over 6 feet, probably 6'3", long legs, and can really move downfield quickly. 13.5 minutes to play first half. Still 1-0 Marshall. That was on the Ethan Tabor goal off a direct kick assist from Jericho Evans about 7 minutes ago. It's a flying V of geese fly above the beautiful Colburn Soccer Complex. And for the first time in a decade, we may get some rain tomorrow, I'm hearing. So that's lovely. So
we'll take it.
Yeah. I think we'll be just fine, even if it does rain during the Girls Region Championship tomorrow. The ground can definitely hold that moisture. So you may get a little wet in West Paducah tomorrow night. Bring a poncho, because the Lord knows we need it. Here's a takeaway on the right side. Tabor lost possession. Good job there by Nathaniel Skinner. Got that ball at the 18, then a foul called on Marshall just outside the box. This is going to be the best look of the night for Tilghman. They call that one there on Reynolds. And Tilghman will get a free kick here right at the 18 on the corner of the box right side.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a questionable call because both players were tugging and pulling. So really it was a 50-50 challenge. And on top of that, too, Marshall County had the ball. They had possession. So
they'll get a new ball in, and it looks like it's going to be taken by Blaine Kolb. He will take the direct kick here right at the 18 on the corner of the box right side, right to left angle coming in here. Marshall got to be careful. Tilghman can easily tie this game right here. They'll back up a 3-man wall, 10 yards. There's the whistle, and here's a kick from Cobb towards the net, but over the goal by about 10 feet. Too much air underneath that one for Blaine Kolb.
Yeah, I think Kolb maybe he was trying to get that one to curl kind of towards far post, just wasn't able to get his hips turned and strike the ball in time.
Throw in for Tilghman after a deep goal kick here by Claiborne. Tilghman going to go back in their defensive backfield to get it. Thrown to the half line. Tilghman with a lateral cross here from right to left as they come right to left downfield. Now take away by Robertson. The push off in the back, though, as he got Henschel out of his way. Free kick here at the half line for Tilghman. Crumley will take it. That'll get inside the 18, but an easy bounce to be picked up by Claiborne. As we said, second game tonight should be a great one between McCracken and Callaway. And if you can't be here, McCracken this year started calling their soccer games on the radio, much like we've done for over 3 decades. And you got a great man doing it, and Eric Chumbler. So you can listen to his broadcast as well. Glad to have more radio coverage for soccer in the Lakes area. Even been hearing rumblings that Tilghman may do it next year. So with the history they have, they should.
Well, it's a great thing to hear, really, because the more people that are interested in playing the game and listening to the game, it's just all the better for the region.
Maxlow, possible breakaway here. He gets all the way down to the 18 before being stopped by Waller. Ball now comes back to the half line. Controlled by Evans. Lofted downfield, headed up by the defender, Kirchhoff. Now trying to get to it is Reynolds. Kirchhoff has to clear it out for a Marshall throw-in. Deep in their offensive third here. 10 minutes left, first half, 1-0 Marshall. The CFSB Investments Broadcast Center at Colburn Stadium in Draftonville. Evans boots it towards the net, but it will be wide left and easily picked up there by Blaine Oliver.
Yeah, Xander kind of laid off that one because he was in offside position again. But unfortunate, but it's still a good look.
Keeps the ball in your offensive half. That's the main thing now, leading 1-0. While there's a lot of time left, Tilghman can't score if they don't have possession in their offensive half. And that's really what you have to look at leading here 1-0. Middleton trying to get it downfield, though. Boots it deep. Davis lost it off of his knee. Almost collides with his own keeper. will lead to a throw in here by Tilghman as pressure was coming from Nathaniel Skinner.
I was kind of hoping Claiborne would pick that ball up because it wasn't played with with Logan Davis's feet back to him. It did, bounce off the feet, but it wasn't an intentional pass back to him, and he could have picked that one up. But Stephen one played safe and sent it wide.
Dawson Black back in for Tilghman. Throw in here for Tilghman inside their own 18 offensively, and that's almost a handball in the box there. That was very close. Robertson very, very lucky.
Well, Robertson
didn't give up PK, but he did hold his arm in.
So. Well, it was awkward because he got low to chest it down, but he kept his arms inside. He was in a natural position. So therefore, it wouldn't have been a handball even if it had. Well, it shouldn't have been a handball if it had touched his arm.
Yeah. Evans gets stripped up in his own 18, and we'll get a free kick here. Nothing malicious, just really got tangled up with Middleton, but they're going to call a yellow anyway. And I didn't see that being warranted a yellow. Maybe
no. I mean, it wasn't a breakaway. It wasn't clear. It wasn't a clear, obvious breakaway even, and it's only the third foul in Tilghman. It's the sixth foul of the game, so to be issuing a yellow card already, you
hate that for Grumley. Yeah, Max Grumley just kind of, along with Middleton, they both got tangled up with Marshall's Jericho Evans. So, but Grumley will sit down with that yellow card. Good boot here by Claiborne right at the top of the 18. Now it's bouncing all the way down to the 18 on the other side before it's cleared away by Tilghman back to the half line. Headed high in the air by Jaco, and then a foul push in the back. That time by Cobb, and he hit Evans right in the back. And here's another chance. Again, Marshall had a direct kick about 10 yards maybe in front of where they are now that led to a goal about 13 minutes ago.
Yeah, this is tough, but I would send this one kind of wide.
Goes wide left, headed by Davis and in. No, it went wide left. Goodness, that close to Logan Davis. Again, second time tonight, he has placed it perfectly. And Logan Davis was there, but this time just couldn't turn, and my goodness, missed it by mere inches to the wide left. Looked like it was going to just curve on in there, but stays 1-0 Marshall County.
Yeah,
that close
did a
to
great job getting that one off quick and sent it to that kind of the corner of the sixth there. Logan doing everything he could to stretch and get his head to it, and did a great job to redirect that one back towards frame, just barely wide though. It was very difficult to be stretching that far with your head to get to it.
But a man like him can do that. He has all year and came so close to getting a goal there. Tilghman, though, on the counterattack, will get a throw in here. Still, again, stays 1-0. Marshall's had a couple of good looks that have just missed by mere inches. Do have the one goal. Now takeaway by Middleton, taken right back by Davis in the defensive third. Up ahead to Evans near the half line, slowed up by West and lost possession, now having to backtrack to it. Parker has it now at the half line. West cuts him off, two of the biggest guys out there. Up to McMillan. West takes it back. Now Kinder meets West head-to-head right at the half line. Kinder hits the deck. And the ball comes free to Paducah Tilghman. Blaine Kolb with it. Lost it downfield and kneed away by Jaco. As the ball came near Nathaniel Skinner. Davis now in the backfield, boots it high in the air.
Yeah, too often I'm seeing players when they're going into the 50-50 balls to challenge a player. They're trying to, that maybe that ball's a little loose. They're trying to use their studs to rake over the ball to change the direction away from the player that's coming down on you. And I just want to see a player lock their ankle up and run through the ball and run through the player, win that tackle, and go straight forward to goal.
Maxlow racing downfield, trying to cut off keeper Oliver from getting to it, but he cannot. Cleared away by Tilghman. Tilghman, though, is still in their own defensive half, having to backtrack and clear it out for a Marshall throw-in here. Reynolds will take it. To Evans, and immediately knocked away from him. Again, a throw-in. Last touch by Black that time to Parker. Parker gets around his man inside the 18, cuts between the defender's legs. Cleared away by Tilghman, though, on that very back line, about 6 yards from the net. And a throw-in coming here.
Ethan Tabor did a good job to get back and stop the attack, stop Tilghman from being able to move forward just by backtracking and getting in the way of the pass that Tilghman was trying to make upfield.
5 minutes left here in the half. Marshall with possession, but all the way in the backfield. They just move it back to Claiborne, reset things there with the right foot. Crosses to his left. On that back position there is Tabor. Tabor, good lofting pass downfield. Maxlow on side, trying to get to it, but cleared away again for a throw-in, this time off the foot of Grumley. Throw in again towards Maxlow down in the corner left side. Two defenders on him. Backs it up to Reynolds. Reynolds got bumped a bit, but held on to possession. Now lofted inside the 18 towards McMillan. Good header. Goes back to Evans at the top of the circle at the 22. Shot on goal. Save. Beautiful turn, but a beautiful save. First of the night on that direct of a shot by Blaine Oliver.
Yeah, it was a really good strike by Jericho to kind of dig that ball out from behind him, push it towards his left foot, and get that shot off. Great save by the Tilghman keeper diving to his left.
Stays 1-0 Marshall. Reynolds trying to break free again, give the Marshalls a 2-0 lead before halftime. The ball comes back to the half line for Tilghman. It's Dawson Black trying to counter here, but again, the Marshalls quickly take possession back. Middleton, the lone forward, really up top, just waiting for anything to break free on. Instead, the Marshalls will throw in here near the half line. Going up that time, McMillan colliding with Kirchhoff. Ball free and goes to Tilghman on a throw-in. Down to 3:45 left here at the half line. Marshall with it. Evans, good boot downfield, trying to work to McMillan on the right edge. They'll tap it back to Oliver, put a cleat on it, and boot it out. Not very deep, headed up by Robertson towards Maxlow, chested down, turns, fires, but kicks it about 20 feet too high.
Yeah, Max Lowe did a good job being there, knocking that ball down, but with that pressure coming onto him, he didn't have a lot of time and kind of rushed the shot and got under it, sending it over the crossbar.
Still 1-0 Marshall, 3 minutes left here in the first half of action. Kraken and Callaway to follow. If you're in the area, come out and watch. Tickets available via GoFan. You can just scan your phone when you walk in and pay via the interweb. Top of the circle, Kinder. Toe taps it near side to Robertson. Robertson trying to cross it back to the left and center it up, but it's going to roll all the way inside the 18. Slowly, now down to the goal line. Slow roller to the keeper, Oliver, as Parker is bringing pressure. Now McMillan has it on the edge. Kicks it off the shin of West, and that's going to go wide left. Should be a corner kick.
Yeah, it's going to be the second corner for the Marshalls today. And really, McMillan did a great job challenging that ball, winning the 50-50 ball that came off a poor clearance from the defense there and had the opportunity to shoot it, but I guess he felt that he didn't have the angle with the Tilghman players kind of rushing him.
Evans will take it near corner our right to left uphill. Down to 2 minutes. This could be one of the last offensive pieces set for the Marshalls in this first half. Comes uphill right to left. Tillman's got both posts covered in the middle with West and the keeper. Here it comes. Center of the net. By everybody, though. Nobody can get a foot or a head on it. Goes all the way far side, and Tillman will clear it out. Middleton covered up by Tabor near the half line. Davis gets it back for the Marshalls, and then the initial foul was on Tabor, even though Davis got pulled, but the whistle blew before Davis got shoved down, and Tillman will get a free kick in the backfield. Minute and a half to play.
Yeah, not a bad foul, really. Slow the attack from Tilghman. Don't allow them to get on the breakaway when you only had a couple guys back on that back line.
Right to left angle here.
Plus the foul was about 100 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's on the other side of the field. Yeah. Nolan Waller with a short kick. Marshall will resend it to the back line. Robertson boots it deep towards Maxlow. Chested down, though, at the half line by Evans. Spins around a defender. Feeds up ahead to Parker. Going to get around the right of the defender. He does inside the 18. Kicks it towards the net. Maxlow a little too far off to the left. Comes back to it down in the corner, just trying to keep it in play. And Tilghman takes it away. Taken back by Jaco, though, about 30 yards out. Crosses to the face of the net. It's going to be intercepted by Tilghman. Nope, taken back by Parker. Fakes right, goes left. Inside a minute to play now. Here in the half. Throw-in coming, and should be Tillman's. Good looks by the Marshalls, and main thing is a 1-0 lead, but Marshall knows they can have one or two more as well. Now to 25 seconds. Tillman just trying to hold serve here. Atnip gets it across the half line. Davis cuts him off there just beyond that chalk. Clears the ball downfield towards Tate Kirchhoff. He will just kick it to the touch line. Half line axis. Marshall keeps it in, though. 10 seconds left. Battle for near midfield and down to 5. And looks like that's going to do it for the first half of action. At half, 1-0 Marshall. We're back in 3.5 minutes, powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK. And welcome into halftime here at Coburn Soccer Stadium in Draftonville. Alongside Kyle Johnson, I'm Aaron Clayton. Halftime brought to you by Twin Lakes Mooring and Hardin, 15623 Highway 68 East. Specialized in custom dock and repair work, boat lifts, shoreline riprap, dredging. Call them at 354-8653. The one time I turned your mic on early. Way to go. Kyle's fighting through tonight as well. And good to see Miss McKenty as well. And congratulations to her. And that's coming up very soon for them. So everything well over there, Kyle?
Baby girl, right?
Baby girl for future Lady Marshal there. Maybe. So we shall see. Probably will be a great attorney, quite frankly. So that's what we'll hope for. But no, it is a good night here so far for the Marshals as they lead Paducah Tilghman 1-0 here at half. The only goal, an Ethan Tabor goal, and an assist to Jericho Evans off a direct kick 20 minutes into the half. I'm at about 18 yards out left side. Only yellow was to Grumley. Paducah Tilghman. With the rest of the numbers, here is Kyle Johnson.
For Paducah Tilghman, they had 0 shots. Obviously, none will be on goal. They had 1 save by the keeper and 4 fouls committed. For the Marshals, 7 total shots, 2 on goal, 1 goal scored, 2 corner kicks taken, and 4 fouls issued to them.
Again, for the Marshals, Kyle, you wanted that early goal. It wasn't as early maybe as we wanted, but it's a goal nonetheless, and you have maintained defensively fantastically. Again, just maybe 2 missteps the whole half, and it didn't lead to a shot, which was good to see. But the main thing is, again, is still finishing in that offensive third. The Marshals have had a couple of good looks. It just kind of went wide left or wide right by mere inches.
Yeah, I mean, when we're looking at the team, there's the way the game would progress is what you would expect. In these games, your nerves are going because you understand that just one mistake, you send yourself home. But Marshall's done a good job on the defensive end. There's been a couple of times that Tillman's gotten deep in the box, but they've kept those attacks at bay and really pushed the ball out wide to decrease the goal scoring opportunities for Tillman. It just really comes in that final third. Marshall's doing a better job of playing the ball quicker. You're seeing a lot more passes being connected, whether it's going from the center out to the wing or vice versa. And we're getting deeper with more quality shots on frame. It's just, making sure that we get those shots on frame. And even if you don't score it in the back of the net immediately, if you make it a difficult enough shot, you could force the keeper to make a save that could be bobbled or pushed wide to where maybe Marshall could get on the end of it and send it back to goal. But for the most part, just play a little quicker, keep your shape so that you can stop the attack, but also at the same time have options when you're going on the attack to get the ball advanced forward.
All right, that's Kyle Johnson. I'm Aaron Clayton. It's been the halftime report brought to you by Twin Lakes Mooring and Hardin. 1-0 Marshall. We'll have the second half in 3 minutes, powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK. Welcome back into the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center alongside Kyle Johnson. I'm Aaron Clayton here in the Colburn Soccer Stadium. Go by and see Tilghman assistant coach Riley Solomon or Patrick or Jenny Flannery inside the CFSB Benton Banking Center at 221 West 5th and Bender. Call 527-4650 for any of your LPL financial goals. Remember FINRA and the SIPC. Remember live on 95.7 FM. Marshall County Daily at the WCCK Listen Live link. That's brought to you by Twin Lakes Mooring and Hardin. Just find it at the bottom of the homepage. Find it on our Facebooks at Classic Country, Great Oldies, or Aaron Clayton, or Twitter at WCBL Sports OP. You'll find the on-demand link there if you miss out on any of the game as well. 1-0 Marshall on the goal by Tabor on the assist to Evans in the first half. Marshall will now go right to left on your radio dial. Tilghman will go left to right. Again, Oliver in the goal to our left, and Claiborne in the goal to our right. We're just about ready to kick this one off here in the second half. Parker will do the duties for the Marshals. Waiting for the center official's whistle to blow, and there we go. Kicks it all the way back to Robertson on that right back position. Crosses center back now to Davis, and now near side to Tabor with a lot of pressure coming from Middleton, trying to get Tilghman quickly a good shot off, trying to get back on the board here and tie this game up, but there's a foul immediately on a push-off there. That'll be called on Dawson Black, and Marshall will get a free kick in the backfield. Quick kick up at Evans at the half line. Little lateral touch to his right. Goes far side to Robertson. There's Mr. Evan Pierce. Boy, it's good to see, Evan. Good luck tonight, Coach, against McCracken. I know you all do a great job out there, and we wish you all nothing but the best. Callaway County, I've seen Coach Wilson as well from McCracken County, assistant coach Heath. That should be a dandy of a game. And again, if you can't be here, good buddy Eric Chumler from McCracken County will have that game on the radio airwaves for you. But who will the winner of that one meet? This one's still far to be from decided. Marshall leading 1-0 now over Tilghman. Still 39 minutes to play. Almost slipping out of bounds, but keeping it in play for the moment was Tabor in the defensive backfield. Now Kinder has it. Works around the left side of Black. Past the half line up to Evans, and Evans gets cut off there. Pushed away by Nolan Waller for a throw-in for Marshall County. Quickly inside the 18, almost knocked in by the Tilghman forward, Grumley, and Marshall will get a throw-in there. I mean, I don't think Tilghman was ready for that quick of a throw-in, and they just about caught themselves off guard.
Yeah, I mean, Kinder did a great job getting to that ball and getting the shot off.
That ball just kind of rolled around the 6 for a moment, but unfortunately for the Marshals, did not go in. But now we'll get a good shot here on a pull of the jersey by Skinner. Evans fouled just outside of the box, right at the corner on the edge, 18 extended. Will be a hard left to right cut, but still a good angle as it's going to be right on the touchline. But Evans, this is right in his wheelhouse. We'll see if he can put it on frame.
Yeah, you've got Kinder and Parker kind of in the back line there. You'll see one will cut near post and one will cut far.
Here it goes, far post, and headed down towards the net again. Davis, good look, but this one right to the keeper. And picked up easily by Blaine Oliver.
Yeah, good look by Marshall there. And Logan unable to get to it quick enough, but no fault of his own, really.
Robertson coming downfield right side, cut off there by Black. Ball up ahead towards Middleton, but again, Davis has been all over him, not letting Middleton get anything but an inch to spare possibly. Middleton is slow to get up, and they finally have to stop play.
Yeah, he went down after that tackle. It was a good, solid tackle from Logan Davis, locking up his ankle and running through the ball. And
he just got dead legged out there, but he's
dead legged, or maybe hopefully he didn't tweak the ankle enough.
No, you don't want to see that. He is their main guy up top. Middleton, one of the top 3 scorers on this squad, but he is not putting any pressure on that right foot or ankle as he's being lifted off and kind of hopping off the field with assistance from Black and Atnip. Be a drop ball. They'll just continue play from where they stopped. And Blaine Kolb will come back in, but again, not a lot of depth for Tilghman, so you hope no injuries for anybody, but again, they can't go very far down the bench. Marshall will kick that back to the line defensively to reset things to Tabor here on the left side. Near touch line, Tabor has it. Up ahead to Parker now. Parker working down that near touch line, trying to cut between the legs of Tate Kirchhoff, but Kirchhoff cuts that one off, and Tilghman takes possession back in their own defensive backfield here. But a little too far there off the foot of Grumley. Kicked it beyond the touchline. Marshall with a throw in here just beyond the half line. They go back with it, though, to Robertson and reset things there. All the way back to Tabor, the deepest one back for the Marshals, besides the goalie himself. Across the half line it comes to Tabor, or Reynolds that is, and then kneed down by Tilghman. Kirchhoff crosses it here. Now fed up ahead to Evans. And McMillan gets a hard shove there. Ball goes out off McMillan. Good tackle that time by Talbert. 1-0 Marshall. Still 36.5 minutes left in the game. Long way to go. Winner moves on to the region championship on this field Thursday night, no matter what, win, lose, or draw. It's at Marshall all week long. And they'll play either McCracken or Callaway with the winner of this one. Maxlow works it to the right side of the box, and the 18 extended now backs it up to Robertson. Boots it near the middle of the field, and I believe it hit the official, but they're going to say it hit Cobb first, and he kept the play going downfield for Tilghman. Didn't affect it, so they keep on going. Jaco got a piece of it near the half line. Resets it back to Davis with pressure coming there from Dawson Black. Smart move to go all the way back to Claiborne. Keeper puts a foot on it. And we'll just short kick it out of the 18, left side to Tabor. Now he'll get a good boot downfield towards Parker. Gets by everybody. Now here comes Maxlow with a runner. He's got one man to beat. He's inside the 18. He's down to the 6. He's got a shot towards the net and just kicked it wide right by about a foot.
Yeah, but that's exactly what you want to see. Xander doing a great job to kind of overlap that run to where Parker goes towards the ball and kind of dummies it to allow it to go past him, and then Maxlow runs onto it, going flag, cuts it back towards the goal, and then it sends it to the far post. Just unfortunate that it was a wide, but really a great play and a great heads-up play by Claiborne to send that one long into a wide open area for the Marshals.
Good to see Miles Middleton back on the field after that ankle injury. He's walked it out, and he is back on the field for Tilghman. Headed down here by Robertson, up ahead to Evans, trying to get around the big 6'6" Jacob West, but West takes it away. Slowly moves it down to the half line, and now lofted up ahead. Chance here on a run out right side. Skinner cut off by Tabor. Throw in for Tilghman, and that was a quick move downfield to Skinner and almost broke one open.
Yeah, it's just important for the defense to keep their eye on the man in space that they're supposed to be marking. So that means kind of staying with your body towards back towards goal and your body open to make sure you can see that whole the whole field. So if any players get in behind you, you know where they are and you can mark them.
Nice cross there from Tabor to Parker to move that downfield almost in a triangle zone looking pattern offensively. But again, lofted downfield again for Tilghman. Chance for Skinner as he gets down in the corner right side, but cut off there by Ethan Tabor. Double team now as Kinder will take possession away, but down on his own goal line defensively. Now free to Skinner and kicked off the knee of Davis, and that's going to be a corner kick for Tilghman.
Yeah, the first corner kick for Tilghman. And really just a lot of that, a lot of the defense for Marshall's getting spread out because Tillman's playing so wide. Again, you've got to make sure that you communicate and make sure that your wing backs are aware of the opposite side and that nobody's getting in behind you.
Near corner right side, quick kick, but it goes over the crossbar, stays in play, but goes deep in the corner left side, cleared all the way back near the half line. Now lofted in for Tilghman. If they stay on side, it's at Nip, but he kicks it about 10 feet over the bar this time and out of bounds it goes. So chance for Tilghman there thwarted. And Marshall can take a sigh of relief for a moment.
Yeah, this is just the time where you got to get your defense set, get your formation back, and kind of refocus to possessing that ball.
33 minutes left in the game. Still 1-0 Marshall. Do or die, win or go home here in the region tournament. Marshall clears one out for a Tilghman throw in front of their own fan section there across the way. Good crowd from both sides. Expect a good crowd as well from McCracken and Callaway. Be a lot of red and maroon across the way here in about 30-plus minutes. So they got the late game, the prime time game tonight. I can enjoy that one. I prefer the early one. Evans boots it downfield. Has to be cleared out of bounds by Waller for a Marshall throw-in. They quickly go with it to Evans at the 18 extended left side to the top of the box. 20 yards out. Shot on the ground is saved by Oliver off the foot of Logan Parker. Didn't get a lot on that one, but at least put it towards the net. Again, we're live here on 95.7 FM, Marshall County Daily at the WCCK Listen Live link. That's brought to you by Twin Lakes Mooring and Hardin. Here at the CFSB Investments Broadcast Center. Appreciate Andy Rudd back at the controls. Doing a great job again. Girls Championship on the air tomorrow night at 5:30. And if the boys make it, 5:30 Thursday.
Yeah, Logan is, we'll see how this play develops, but
out of bounds. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Logan's playing back. I want to say the coaches are probably having him drop back into the center mid position to receive the ball so that he can figure out if he's got time to turn or redistribute out back to the wings. And what I really want to see, I mean, for me personally, I kind of want to see Logan push up a little further. Either Logan push up or Jericho push up, because having Logan and Jericho in the center both, you're kind of the same player there. And I think you take away from some of the attack there.
Parker boot towards Reynolds, but he slipped.
Yeah, but having Logan and Logan or Jericho up in that back line, you're putting pressure on that back line, forcing them to make a defensive stance on you.
Ball drops near the half line. Now beyond the half line, Skinner just puts it towards the net. Coming out, dangerous. Ball slips. Claiborne able to get back on it. As trying to punch one in was Dawson Black. He put a lot of pressure on Claiborne, one of his closest Tilghman's come tonight.
Yeah.
Good slide tackle there to keep the ball going forward by Tabor and cut off the defender. Ahead to Maxlow it comes. Now back tapped and taken away by Tilghman. Then Kinder gets it back as the ball bounces around near the half line. Here's a chance for Skinner. Deflected ball comes to him. He crosses it left side towards that net, but he let him too far. We'll go to the far corner left side. Atnip able to keep it in. Then covered up immediately by Robertson. Robertson pushes it out of bounds for a Tilghman throw in between the circles on the offensive half for the Blue Tornado. 30 minutes left. Still 1-0 Marshall County in this one. Kicked off the shin of a Tilghman defender now for a Marshall throw-in in their defensive half.
Yeah, when Stephen came out for that breakaway, he kind of came out standing up, kind of on his knees, and he needs to come out more athletic, come out wide, make yourself big, slide on the ground, and get to that ball. And if, you get the ball and happen to take out the other person, that's just part of being a keeper, but got to come out with a lot more force and a lot more physicality.
Evans with the ball at the half line, right in the interlocking MC. Kicks it laterally to his right on a left to right cut up ahead to Parker. It comes. Parker puts a foot on it. Feeds it ahead to Maxlow now near the top of the 18. Marshall yelling for a handball on Waller. Not going to get it, but they will get a throw in. Here on the near side. Be taken by Reynolds. Throws it inside the 18 down to the goal line. And who's going to kick it off who? And it will stay in. Trying to keep it in play is Waller. But it comes to Marshall County's Reynolds. Crosses at the face of the net. Nobody can turn on it quite yet. McMillan runs it down now. The 18 extended right side of the box. Trying to get inside, but can't get around Talbert, and it's knocked away by Tilghman. Up to McMillan, but he's even playing back. Nobody downfield for Tilghman right now. Playing defense as we play, and will be held in by Oliver on the goal line for a Tilghman goal kick.
Yeah, I really want to see Parker and Xander on that top line really pushing those defenders, forcing the defenders to make the decision of, do I mark my man or space?
Collision near the half line. Atnip wins the battle over McMillan. He has possession. Janko knocks it away from him back to the half line. As we sit at the 28-25 mark of this game. That's all that's left. And somebody's season for that matter. Tilghman holding it near touchline, having to reset back to the half line. It comes to Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff boots one to the left side of the box, but taken there by Evans of Marshall County.
Yeah, Marshall's just not being the aggressors. Too many guys back, just sitting back, not challenging 50-50 balls, which creates no man space in between the defense and the forwards.
Parker trying to feed it up ahead. Does Maxlow on that touchline left side. Slide tackle by Nolan Waller, pushes the ball out for a Marshall throw-in as they flip sides on the field again. And now maybe has something going offensively. Quick throw into Maxlow from Tabor. Backs it all the way up to Robertson now on the right side.
Just a little more urgency by the Marshalls.
Tabor, top of the circle. Trying to shake off Skinner, fake him out. Crosses to the top of the circle at the 22. Evans fakes right, goes left, down inside the box, down to the goal line in the corner left side. Pressure coming there from Kirchhoff. I believe he kicked it off his shin. Should be a corner kick here.
It is going to be a corner kick, and a good job by Jericho to battle for that ball, get deep, try to get the cross off, but ultimately won a corner kick.
Short corner to Tabor. About at the spot where he scored on the opposite side of the field, trying to leave it on the far post for a header for Kinder. Kicks it back down to Parker, right side of the box, the 18. Trying to turn on it. Feeds it top of the circle. Jaco gets bumped out of the way by Middleton and cleared away by Tilghman for a Marshall throw-in. So that short corner does not pay off. Another clear out here by Skinner. 26:45 left in the game. Still 1-0 Marshall. A lot of close games so far in the tournaments. The district tournament last week, again, Marshall winning 3-0 and 1-0 over Graves and Callaway. Last night, girls tournament, 2-1 and 4-0 game. And a 1-0 contest here. And a goal kick now for Tilghman, and here comes in Blaine Cobb.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can tell that Logan Parker's pretty frustrated with himself. He's playing well. He's just, getting a lot of bodies up against him, knocking him off his path, and that's not his fault at all. He just needs to kind of calm down and play the style he can play. He's doing well.
As we said, this Tilghman team played McCracken to a 2-0 scoreline in their district finals. Expected a very tough game tonight and have gotten one so far. Kinder boots one back to the half line. Tabor has it there. All the way to the center back now. It's Davis again just trying to play keep away at the moment from the hard charging Miles Middleton. He turned his ankle earlier in the game, but he seems to be fine now. Kinder with a good boot downfield, trying to leave one for Maxlow, but led him too far and picked up behind Blaine Oliver, the keeper. Marshall went in to check in Gabe Carr at the next dead ball.
Marshall just looks a little tight right now.
Seemingly playing that way since the start of this half. Again, just has not been able to get loose yet and break free for a good goal-scoring opportunity. As Cobb has it for Tilghman. Kinder trying to cut him off, but Cobb continues to move to the far side of the field, about 45 yards out from pay dirt. Kinder again with a header towards Evans. Knees it, lofts it in the air towards the half line, but then headed immediately down by Grumley. Comes near side and taken there by Max Grumley, but then ripped away by Isaac Reynolds. Reynolds gets around Kirchhoff, feeds it to Evans, has some room to work beyond West. West has the side, but Evans has the speed. Feeds it to Parker inside the 18, and a nice slide tackle there. Waller pushing one out for a Marshall throw-in, and here comes Carr.
Yeah, good movement of the ball, playing the ball at the center of the field to an open Jericho, who turns it wide. Turns upfield and just takes a space and slots the ball through the defense. Parker almost able to get there, but the center back for Tilghman clears the ball over the sideline.
Throw in here for Marshall. They're 18 inside the box is where it goes from Reynolds. Now headed down at the 18 by Jaco. Chested in on the corner left side. Tabor and now to Reynolds. Keeps it in. Face of the net. Almost kneed in by the Marshalls, but they couldn't quite turn on it. Gabe Carr was set up, but again kicked it wide right. Good look. Nice movement by Reynolds and Tabor, but nobody could get anything going. 24 minutes left. Still 1-0 Marshall.
I mean, this is just kind of a product of the postseason. You're just going to sometimes not play as well as you'd like or play as pretty as you'd like to style soccer, but you just got to grind it out.
Comes to Kinder at the half line off the goal kick here from Paducah Tilghman. Over to Carr, far side. That's between two defenders, and now straight ahead it comes towards Parker, but then cleared away again by Tilghman. Back to Robertson at the half line for the Marshalls. Up to Carr again, trying to work off Atnip on the edge. Finds Max Lowe. Might have been offside, but he held up and allowed Tilghman to clear it out for a throw-in. Carr will take it. Goes back with it to Robertson. Robertson lifts it high in the air. Can get underneath it here possibly. Goes over everybody and headed out by Marshall. Trying to get to it there was Reynolds, but it stayed high in the air for a while, but able to see what out was Blaine Oliver, the keeper.
Yeah, Reynolds got to that ball, hoping that maybe if he gets a touch on it, that he could direct it off of a Tilghman player for a corner kick. Unfortunate, but good hustle.
Goal kick here drops in front of the half line on the Marshall offensive end. To Evans, lofts it up towards Reynolds. Reynolds has some room here in the corner left side. Again, gets cut off. And will we get a corner?
The assistant referee on the far side saying corner.
All right, Kirchhoff did touch it left, and so that means Evans will come near corner to our left. And we'll be kicking off here again, looking for the 7th assist on the year off a corner kick for Marshall County. Again, they put one on each post as Tilghman, put the big man West in the middle with a keeper, Blaine Oliver. So they've covered their bases. See if Marshall can break through.
Well, I like Marshall starting out a little further to the 18 so they can get moving towards goal.
Here it comes. Goes far post, right side. Parker nearest to it, trying to turn on it. Now all the way down in the corner on the opposite end. And I believe it was kicked off the side official. and kept in. But either way, we play on. Marshall with it in their offensive half. Tabor boots it near touchline. Crossed in by Evans near the 18. Body hits the deck. Ball comes free. Tilghman has it. Taken by Kolb. Crosses at far touchline, out of bounds for a Marshall throw-in, and Gage Lynch will come in for the Marshalls. Also for Tilghman, Dawson Black in, Truett Henschel also in. Parker will sit down for the Marshalls, and for Tilghman, looks to be Atnip and West. So two of their best, their biggest, and probably their best scorer. Again, Atnip, just a freshman for Tilghman, but he's going to be a star for years to come. Throw into the half line. Comes back side of the circle and now near touchline off the left foot of Tabor, and able to get it ahead to Evans. Evans trying to feed to Maxlow. Out of bounds it goes, and a quick throw in here by Jericho Evans. But before, here comes Preston Lamb. Lamb will replace Sander Maxlow. Speed for speed there. Three-quarters of the way through this one. 60 minutes gone by. 20 minutes is all that's left. Marshall still clinging to a 1-0 lead. This is about the point where they scored in the first half, and that's the only goal so far. That was a Ethan Tabor goal off a Jericho Evans assist. Here's a throw-in by Evans. Drops inside the 18. Cleared out by Tilghman. Trying to come underneath it is Robertson, but then Middleton gets a good toe on it over to Henschel on that far touchline. He's their main assist guy. 5 on the year. Good feed downfield towards Black. Trying to cut it off is Tabor. Tabor able to clear it back, turn his body towards downfield, and keep the ball in possession to Lamb. And then Lamb gets cut off at the half line. Taken there by Max Grumley. Evans lofts one up here. Heading downfield. Lamb may get called for a push-off there. And he does. Feeling that pressure was Waller, and he immediately hit the deck as soon as he felt it.
Yeah, there really wasn't much there.
Waller, smart play. He knew the ref was there, and he felt just enough contact. He hit the deck and got the possession for Tilghman deep in their own defensive backfield. Low line drive kick here. Drops out of bounds for Tilghman. So Marshall with a throw in.
And we give a lot of credit to Ethan Tabor. That was a great clearance with two guys coming down on him. He was able to turn his hips and really get that one going upfield, get her away from pressure.
Evans gets caught up on the defender, Grumley. Now ball goes all the way back to Claiborne, puts a foot on it with Middleton right in front of him. Gets it over Middleton's head, back to the half line. Kinder has it for the Marshalls, clears it near touchline to Lamb, but over his foot and out of bounds for a Tilghman throw-in.
Yeah, sometimes Lamb just move a little faster, just slow down a little bit and think about that next touch that he's got to make.
Kinder has him in the backfield for the Marshalls. Dawson Black on him. Ball in the defensive backfield. Now Robertson, good boot downfield towards Gage Lynch. Lynch with a good toe tap up to Carr. Works down to the 18 extended right side, down in the corner now. Able to clear it back towards the top of the box. 25 yards out to Evans. Evans' shot towards the net is about 10 feet too high over the crossbar.
Yeah, it was a great look by Gabe Carr, tracking that ball down, taking the player one-on-one, stopping the ball on a dime to be able to cut back towards the center of the box, plays it towards Jericho Evans, who's running onto it. Jericho takes that first touch into that space and tees it up, just gets under the ball a little too much.
So goal kick here for Oliver Blaine. Again, the Marshalls not just trying to see their season end as they leave 1-0, move on to the region finals, but have had a long win streak against Tilghman. 15 consecutive years, over 22 games. However, a lot of those games have been close, especially in this regional tournament. 2018, it was a 1-goal win on this field against Paducah Tilghman, and a 4-1 win the last time they met in 2019. Here's a shot towards the net, and just about a foot over the crossbar from 30 yards out. What a line drive there by Jeremy Jacob.
Yeah, I mean, Jeremy's got not only the strength to take that one 30, 35 yards out, but he's got the accuracy too. And he uses laces there perfectly to send that ball in a rope, knuckling towards goal, almost just a foot lower. That would have been in the back of the net, but a great take by Jeremy.
Goal kick here by Oliver. Off the right foot, drops off the head of West, the big 6'6" midfielder. Marshall having to backtrack to get to it. It's Davis in that center back position trying to get away from Middleton. Floats it ahead to Carr just beyond the half line. A little toe tap to Jaco, trying to work away from Kolb between the circles. He feeds it towards Evans, but cut off there by Nolan Waller. Called his name a lot tonight defensively. He's been very, very steady for the Tilghman Tornado. Pleated down here at the half line by Tabor. Smart move to back it up to Davis to reset things. Crosses far touchline.
Really was. I mean, didn't have really anywhere to go forward, so he kills the ball, kind of shakes the defender to send it back to Logan.
Robertson out of the backfield, busted all the way down to the 18, leaves it there on the corner of the box for Reynolds. Reynolds trying to feed it to Carr and cleared out by Tilghman for a throw-in for Marshall. We got 16 and a half minutes to play, 1-0 Marshall County with a lead.
Even though Marshall's playing more direct, more importantly, they're getting more looks because they're playing quicker. They're not allowing Tilghman to come down and play defense on you. You're causing them to shift and constantly chase the ball, and it's proving a positive for the Marshalls.
Marshall on the throw-in here right at the 18 on their offensive third. Carr will take it running downhill, throwing in from right to left toward the top of the 18. Shot by Lamb. Right spot, right time, and that was a save made by Blaine Oliver. Even on the ground, a good pace, good kick there by Preston Lamb.
It was a great shot by Lamb. He was sending that one back to the near post, the direction that the ball came, so it's causing the keeper to have to shift and anticipate that. Did a great job keeping it low with a lot of pace. Keeper just did a great job making the save.
Still 15 and a half minutes to play, though. 1-0 Marshall. Good boot downfield to Lynch. Good feed up ahead to Lamb. Lamb, though, cut off just a bit by Kirchhoff, give enough time for Grumman to kick it out for a Marshall throw-in, but Evans quickly gets it in. Chested down by Lamb in the 18. Taps it back to Reynolds in the left corner with pressure on him. Tries to get around the right of it, face of the net. Clicked high in the air by a Tilghman defender who will go out for a throw-in. As Xander Maxlow is waiting to check back in for the Marshalls, and he does.
Yeah. Preston did a really good job with that spells left mid. Now he's moving to the forward position where Xander's kind of going to be in this left side, and I like that because it allows Xander to receive the ball and use his pace to start tracking downfield and using his speed to assist the forwards.
Reynolds comes out. Throw into Kinder. Shot towards the net, but he couldn't turn on it. Kicks it wide right by about 20 feet. And a goal kick here for Tilghman. Down to 14 and a half minutes to play now. And now it's to the point where, again, Tilghman, any second, they could tie it. And you're thinking overtime. If Marshall can just get one more goal, you're feeling very confident about your chance to win here now.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what's concerning is, Tilghman has had one shot the entire game, and you just do not want to have the opportunity for Tilghman to score a goal with only two shots right now.
Yeah, and it's happened. We've had a game this year where the only shot taken was the shot on goal and it went in. Now, the one good thing for the Marshalls, if they've scored this year and they won, the only times they've lost, they've been shut out. We hope that trend continues here tonight. Marshall has already put one on the board. Shutout losses to Murray, McCracken, Bowling Green, and South Warren. And there's a foul, collision, far touch line, corner axis right there by the goal line is just running over the Tilghman defender was Gabe Carr. So a free kick here deep in the backfield for Tilghman. Scrumley waits to check in. Here comes the free kick. Drops at the half line, headed there by Jaco. To Lynch, and then lofted back to the midfield. Headed down by Tabor up to Kinder with three defenders on him. Spins away. Feeds back to Robertson. Robertson between the defender's legs. Toe taps it. Gets it back there as he works around Henschel. Ball pushed to the touchline out of bounds, so off of Marshall. And here's that sub.
It just didn't, again, just waited too long to release that ball, and it allowed Tilghman to get into the play and deflect the ball off you over the sideline for a Tilghman throw.
Blaine Kolb will come out. Here's that throw in for Tilghman in their backfield. Comes just beyond the half line, headed down there by Robertson. Up ahead to Jericho Evans. Evans kicks it off the rear end of a defender and keeps possession moving downfield. Crosses back inside the 18, trying to leave it for Max Lowe, but cleared out by Tilghman for a throw-in. Nathaniel Skinner waiting to check back in for the Tilghman Tornado. Tabor has it for the Marshalls. Kicks it back to the top of the circle. And then controlled there by Kinder and back to Tabor. Keeps it on the line near side. Crosses it back in towards the net. As Maxlow kicks it off the chest of Nolan Waller for a throw-in. Threw it between the legs of Lamb, lost possession. Tilghman gets it back. Trying to feed Middleton, but then Kinder rips it away from him. Kinder between the circles, pushing it downfield to the 18. Collision there. Ball goes out for a throw-in. It'll be Marshall's again. And Logan Parker will also come in alongside Nathaniel Skinner. Dawson Black will come out for Tilghman, and Gage Lynch will come out for Marshall County.
Yeah, I think Parker coming in. I think that's a great decision by the coaching staff. Give him a chance to kind of get a breather, get his legs back under him. I just feel that he's due.
Throw in towards Parker on the goal line, but he just kind of whiffed on it just a bit, and it goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, that was a hard ball to catch up to send it back across the mouth of the goal.
11:20 left. 1-0 Marshall. Marshall looking to get the dagger here with one more goal to put this one away. Tilghman haven't had but just the one shot tonight, but all it takes is one more to tie this game up. Marshall got to be very careful. Parker trying to get around the left of the defender. Good shading that time by Black. Ball goes out, and it is off Marshall. Last touch by Parker. Now, Tilghman, though, got to be in a little bit more of a hurry-up mode on the offensive counterattacks here and not just trying to clear the ball away from the Marshall attack, knowing they have to score to keep their season alive in the next 10.5 minutes. West has it near the midfield, but Jaco stops him right there. Off to Kinder, and then near touchline it comes left side to Maxlow. Back to Tabor. Up ahead to Evans. Evans, nice little center step move, faking out Truett Henschel. Leaves one downfield for Carr, but it's left a little too far and easily picked up by Oliver. He'll roll it back into play. Cleared away by Carr. Kicked it off the shin, but not before he was already out of bounds. So he tried to kick it off Talbert. Ball here at the half line. Kinder with it now. 10 minutes left. 1-0 Marshall as Hayden McMillan will check back into the next dead ball for the Marshalls. Marshall just missed a couple of goals tonight by mere inches and a lot of great saves as well by Oliver. Credit him for keeping Tilghman around. Marshall resets it back to Claiborne. He'll feed it to the right side to Robertson. He draws a double team immediately. Right back to Claiborne again. He'll look to boot this one downfield towards Maxlow, who heads it out at the half-line touchline axis.
Yeah, just unlucky for Maxlow. He had the right idea to send that one to the flag for Parker to run onto. Just kind of mistimed it.
Marshall again with a clear out. Another throw in here for Tilghman. Thrown all the way to the keeper and easily picked up this time by Claiborne before Middleton can get to it. He'll come up to the 18 and punt it out. Beyond the half line, it drops off of West's hip, and it drops to the foot of Preston Lamb. He's wide open inside the 18. Put it on net. Save. Almost on the rebound. Got another chance at it. Good pressure that time defensively by Grumley, and a penalty called. Oh, my.
Wow.
Blaine Skeen, of course, livid.
We're hearing a lot of vocals from the Paducah Tilghman bench.
And I mean, I agree.
I have to.
Yeah. If you're going to call it, like you say in the first one, there was an initial hit and then another hit and then about a 5-second delay and then the PK was called.
Well, the first one that was well outside the 18 was just a 50-50 battle. But
that's what
follow-up, I mean, ooey.
Either way, Marshall can ice this one almost right here with a PK from Evans, and he puts it in. Ooh, tough way. If that's how Tilghman goes out, that is a tough one to swallow right there. Again, one of those true 50-50 balls. Either way you look at it, don't know if it warranted a penalty kick.
It was far from us, and there was body.
Oh, there was plenty of contact. Yeah, that's not a doubt. But it's a goal nonetheless on a PK for Jericho Evans, his 13th goal of the year at Baker's dozen. It may have just put the Marshalls in the region championship on Thursday night. CFSB goal, $10 in the CFSB scholarship scoreboard. End of the year, 4 students, 2 athletic, 2 academic, both male and female receive scholarships from CFSB. Either way, Tilghman's been living dangerously inside their own defensive third, and unfortunately that time it did burn them with a penalty.
It's all about Marshall now. You can't let the foot off the gas. We've talked about this a lot this year. You've got to continue to push so that you don't set back too defensively and invite that pressure. But at the same time, you've got to understand we don't have to commit the same amount of numbers forward leaving us exposed in the back.
And West with a body check this time. Again, he's so big, he wasn't very malicious or anything at all, but when he's that big, the body foul is called. You can hear the Tilghman crowds and coaches are just.
Again, the crowd, I think, I didn't see much there. But
no, it was very little.
If you look at really this game, there's not that many fouls.
No, it's not been. It's been called pretty clean.
Remarkable.
Been called pretty clean. And now a yellow card will get issued to a Tilghman, and that one, unfortunately, was warranted. I believe that was more frustration. Good to see you, sir.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that was on Nathaniel Skinner, and he did just undercut the knees. I understand he's frustrated, but he can't do that. He can't undercut a player's knees, and he is out possibly for the rest of the game. You can hear Coach Skeen saying just play. Skinner will go sit down. Just the second yellow of the night. Crumley had the first. Free kick for Marshall with 8 minutes left here on the near touchline, left to right. Good cut by Tabor, trying to feed it to Parker. It's headed away by Tilghman. Throw-in coming here for Marshall. Quickly thrown in to Robertson. Lofted up towards the 18 to Lamb. Lamb trying to head it towards the net. Leaves it in the near corner left side for Maxlow. Maxlow trying just to kick it off the shin of a defender. He does, but that defender keeps possession for Tilghman. Going back downfield, but waiting for it for the Marshalls. Logan Davis right in that center circle. Boots it ahead to Jaco with 7.5 to play. Now lofted downfield near the 18, top of the circle. Evans cut off. Jaco trying to get back to it. Henschel, though, clears it downfield for the Blue Tornado. The half line, it's fed ahead to Maxlow from Robertson. He's trying to keep it in. He can't. The throw in coming here. Again, a PK by Jericho Evans may have sealed this one up for the Marshals. Again, what we saw, some contact, but maybe not what we normally see enough for a PK. Either way, the Marshals will take it. They take another goal here, face the net, left for Lamb. Knee towards the net, ball still free. Again, a chance. Parker again puts it towards the net. Fourth time maybe, and it's cleared away by Tilghman. And Marshall can't score there. My goodness, that right there was a ping pong match, about 4 shots, about 6 yards out. And Marshall couldn't put it in. Quick kick towards the net by Maxlow. Cleared out to Lamb at the 18. Lost it towards the net, but it's wide right by about 5 feet.
Well, we're looking at Marshall right now, and they're doing a better job of kind of seeing this game out to this point. And with Marshall, with the realization that Tilghman right now, they're not putting a lot of numbers forward. So this gives you the ability to really work the ball around the defensive line, change the point of attack, switch the field left to right on the ground by making those 15, 20-yard passes since you're not under as much pressure. If I'm Tilghman, I'm getting 3-4 guys in that midfield, another 2 guys up top, really pushing it, trying to play the ball long to get the ball in a dangerous area so that they can get shots off. But they're really setting back right now a lot.
About 5:50 left in this one. Another clear out by Tilghman, but able to be heel kick back in. That was beautiful indeed.
Chicken wing.
Now the man that just went out a moment ago, Skinner, he's back in after that yellow card. They got to have him. Him along with that, Neb and Middleton, the game, only 3 that really have put any numbers up goal scoring this year. If you have any chance at all, down by 2 with 5.5 to play. Davis just kicks it deep, headed by Parker. Falls to Kinder at the top of the circle. Kinder trying to shake off Atnip. And then back it comes near side to Tabor. Here the teammates yelling shape up. Marshall trying to reset things here from the backfield.
Nobody from Tillman's getting up.
Just Middleton.
So Marshall can just bang it around the back.
He's been the only one all night, really. Nice little heel kick, but cut off, intercepted here by Grumley. Fed ahead to Atnip, but Kinder all over him, takes possession away. Comes up to Reynolds. Reynolds gets on collision with Waller, and then cleared high in the air by Tilghman. And trying to head it back intentionally, he does. Finds Middleton, has one to beat, but he can't get around Davis. Didn't matter. Throw in anyway coming for Marshall. Again, if the Marshalls hold on, they'll get the winner of McCracken and Callaway, which will be coming up at 7:30 this evening. If you want to hear a radio broadcast, can't be here. I highly recommend my friend, Mr. Eric Chumler, McCracken County Radio. You can find him on Twitter, and there'll be a link there. You can listen to it. Chance here for Evans, just cutting down the middle of the field all by himself, about 60 yards, shot towards the net, missed it about 2 feet wide right, but what he can do with the ball by himself over about a 60-yard stretch is really amazing.
Well, and not only can he control the ball at a high speed for a long time, he can do it under pressure, and that's the impressive thing about Jericho. And he was almost able to kind of get his hips turned to put that one more on frame towards that far post, the right side of the goal for our listeners at home, and just kind of lost a little bit of that on that final touch.
3:45, all that's left. Most likely in Paducah, Tilghman season a much better season, back in the regional tournament for the first time in 3 years. Did not win a game the last 2 seasons, won 6 this year. Again, played McCracken very close in the district championship to get here after beating St. Mary, after getting swept by St. Mary in the regular season. What a bounce back it was to even get to the district finals.
Well,
that's a handball there that wasn't called, but we play on.
I was going to say Blaine and Solomon. I mean, they are some of the best coaches this side of the state. And
young guys that know what they're doing.
Really committed to this Tornado program.
They really are. Again, both Marshall County guys, Blaine playing collegiately at Georgetown, the guys that are truly invested in these young men's lives.
And guys that can get out there and still ball.
Oh, yeah, they can. They're still very physically fit, unlike yours truly, which I don't know if I was ever physically fit, quite frankly. Maybe when I was about 5. Lofted high in the air by Davis, up to Evans, who chinned it down but went in the wrong direction. We're down to 2:45 left in this one, still 2-0 Marshall. Evans assisted on 1 goal to Tabor and got the PK to essentially put this one in bed. Jaco working away from traffic. Moves it near touchline to Tabor on the left side. And again, Tilghman just really not attacking. All the guys really played up all night's Middleton. And, with your season on the line, knowing you got to score 2 in 2.5 minutes, you would think a little more urgency would be seen. But clear out here keeps Parker from running out for the Marshalls. A throw-in coming for Marshall, but they're in no hurry. Leading by 2 with just over 2 to play. Evans trying to cut between 2 defenders. Gets cut off. Nice play there by Tolbert. Ahead to Henschel. Henschel just trying to shake off McMillan. McMillan pushed him straight to the ground. Nothing was called there, but that looked like a pretty obvious foul. Up ahead to Kinder. Leaves it for Parker on the right side, just over his head a bit. I get around Talbert. Gets down to the corner right side. Crosses in face of the net, but cleared away by Waller. Jaco has it, though, for the Marshalls near the top of the box, and now knocked away by Henschel.
And Parker probably got almost a foot and a half on that left back for Tilghman. So getting around him with that stride wasn't too difficult.
Down to a minute and a half. Marshall just kicks it off Henschel's knees, and we'll get a throw in here. Parker will take it from Evans. Gets inside the 18, shot towards the net, cleared out on a sliding tackle by Waller again. Corner kick for the Marshalls, and they can take their time here. Well, they're going to say goal kick. It looked like it went off Waller last. Apparently, he must have nicked it off of Parker, but from this angle, it looked like it was cleanly off Waller.
I think so, too, and especially with how the ball changed direction and spun.
Either way, not going to matter in the outcome of this one. We're less than a minute to play now. Marshall with a 2-goal lead. And on their way to the 5th consecutive region championship game appearance, where unfortunately it's been more heartbreak than triumph recently. A lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas in this year when, again, all the pressure's on McCracken to three-peat. As I push in the back here will lead to a whistle and a foul. Maybe Marshall at home, not feeling the near of the pressure they may have had the last 4 years. Could this be the year? If they even play McCracken, who knows? Callaway County could easily pull off the victory tonight as well. 20 seconds left. Parker shot on the ground, just goes wide left of the net, and that might do it in this one if they even attempt to get a goal kick off here with only 15 seconds to play. Tilghman will fall to 6-13, but again, 6 wins more than the previous 2 years combined. Back in the region tournament for the first time in 3 years. And only good things coming with a ton of underclassmen here for this Blue Tornado squad. Meanwhile, the Marshalls will pick up win number 15 on the year and improve to 15-4 with a 2-0 victory over Paducah Tilghman in the Region 1 Boys Tournament Soccer semifinals, and play either McCracken or Callaway Thursday night at 6 o'clock. We're back with the postgame show in 1 minute, powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK. Welcome into the postgame show. Live from Draftonville as brass bonanza plays throughout the land. That means it's the Marshall winner here tonight over the Tilghman Blue Tornado 2-0 in the Region 1 Boys Tournament semifinal matchup here for the Marshalls and the Blue Tornado. Postgame brought to you by Cashway Complete Building Materials. Whatever project you have in mind, Cashway has everything you need from yellowwood treated lumber, doors, windows, tools from Paslode, DeWalt, Bostic, Porter PPG, and Pittsburgh Paints at Cashway Complete Building Materials on 641 North between Benton and Draftonville. The 2 goals of the Marshalls, one in the first half on a direct kick 20 minutes in. Assist from Jericho Evans to Mr. Ethan Tabor. And then Jericho Evans with a penalty kick with 8 minutes left on, again, a 50-50 ball kind of in the box. We were pretty far away from it. Who knows? Contact was enough for the official to call it, and the Marshalls iced it away. A couple of yellow cards tonight as well on Crumley and Skinner. And with the rest of the numbers, here's Kyle Johnson.
For Paducah Tilghman in the full 80, they had 1 shot, 8 saves, 1 corner kick taken, and 10 fouls committed. For the Marshalls, 22 shots, 10 on goal, 2 goals, no saves made by Claiborne. Also, 4 corner kicks total and 6 fouls committed.
All right. We'll take a timeout. Come back with Coach Brian Blevins next on the Cashway Complete Building Materials postgame show powered by DC Electric. This is WCCK. Welcome back into the postgame show brought to you by Cashway Complete Building Materials. Now time for the first Kentucky Bank postgame coaches interview with Coach Brian Blevins. And, Coach, congratulations first and foremost. Great defensive outing here tonight and enough goals to put you in Thursday night's championship game.
Yeah, we did what we needed to do. Once again, very, very good from us defensively. I just, just wish we could find some more goals. But at that point, that's just being greedy. We did enough to win the game, and we did what we were supposed to do.
And credit to Paducah Tilghman. Blaine Skeen has really improved his squad after not getting a win the last 2 years. 6 this year, getting back to the region tournament, playing McCracken this close. Well-improved squad.
Yeah, very proud of him. I mean, he's always been a good soccer mind. Even when I coached him, I just knew he'd probably end up in a coaching role, and never thought I'd coach against him. But here we were tonight, in the region tournament. And, his guys have nothing to be ashamed of. They just kept getting better and better throughout the year. And, and that's what I told him. And, of course, he hates it for his guys, but, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of on his end.
A lot of underclassmen, they'll be good for years to come. But finally, Thursday night, it could be McCracken. It could be Callaway. Either way, it'll be a tough one to win a region championship in 48 hours.
Yeah, we're prepared for both, and we're going to find out and watch this and see what we can get from both teams. And, whoever comes out will be ready to play. So we just got to get ready. They came out a little slow, and I kind of feared they might, but I don't think that'll be a problem Thursday night.
All right, Coach. Get some rest. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right. That is Coach Brian Blevins. Appreciate him stopping by. Brought to you by First Kentucky Bank. And First Kentucky Bank, they know farmers are a special breed. It takes a special bank to understand their financial needs. They've been working closely with the agriculture industry for generations. Love helping area farmers. Whether you're purchasing acreage, building a new facility, raising a crop, or purchasing equipment, you can count on First Kentucky's experienced ag lenders to help. Call or stop by. First Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And Kyle, it's going to be a fun one come Thursday night.
Absolutely. Regardless of who we play, it's going to be a tough battle. And I think if you would have told the coaches before this season started that we were going to be in the region final, I think that they would be ecstatic, because it's not that we knew we had quality on our side. We knew we had good players. We just didn't know how all of that would transpire, how the players would mold, fit together within multiple systems and formations. And the team has just continued to grow and do better and better as the season has gone through. And so when we look at Thursday night, the nerves are going to be there, but at the end of the day, they're there for a reason. They've got the quality and talent to do well and to perform at a high level. So it's just going to have to, buckle down. It's where the rubber meets the road.
All right, we hope you join us the next two nights. First, tomorrow night at McCracken County, against McCracken County. The Lady Marshals looking for region title number 23, and they're 6th in a row, as they will be playing at 6 o'clock. We're on here at 5:30 with the Hendrickson Wealth and Retirement pregame, and then the same time Thursday night here for the Marshals against either McCracken or Callaway, all on 95.7 FM and Marshall County Daily at the WCCK Listen Live link. My thanks to my color man. Couldn't do it without him, Mr. Kyle Johnson. My thanks to our studio producer. Always a great job keeping us on the air, Andy Rudd. Executive producer, Sherry Darnell. And director, Cindy Raleigh. Couldn't do it without them either. And couldn't do it without you listening. I thank you always for tuning in. And until we meet again, this is Aaron Clayton saying goodbye and God bless from Graftonville.